I can't see it at all.
Yeah, me
Oh,
either.
yeah. No,
Oh,
it's
hell yeah. I can actually see it great. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
I just remembered something that I've got to talk about on the show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait to hear that.
All right. Let me bust out the doc.
That's what she said.
Wait, what?
Huh?
What?
Hold on, wait. Hold on.
I guess Doc was close to Dick. I don't know.
Okay. I was like,
Sorry,
Between-
that was
I
a
was
little
like-
bit of a stretch there. my
yeah,
bad.
I was like, she like brought the doctor with her, like to make sure.
It's a mixture between cock and dick.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There he gets
There
it.
you go, Brent.
This guy gets
Yeah.
it.
Dioc. Okay. We're going to start the episode in 3, 2, 1. Yo, and hello and welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD. Remember, we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast and Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast and on YouTube if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, and get show updates and find friends to play games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs, bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Breeze
Oi.
and Revan Rera.
Indiscernible.
If this is your first episode, you'll never know their names.
And we're not telling you.
Yeah,
We're
no.
not telling you for our protection.
I really like that dude, Revan. He's always got the
Just
best takes,
the
dude.
whole
Revan
name is
Rera.
rolls tongue.
Just from this episode forward, we're just.
Brent Breeze.
I'm not partaking in this because I don't think I can.
You can if you believe.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, just roll the tongue. The
was a
audio.
weird
This
one.
is
Yeah.
great podcast.
Yeah.
This is great podcast.
Good audio, dude.
Jesus Christ.
What's up, everybody?
I got bowed up on by a flamingo.
I was about to say,
shit.
did you get punched again, dude?
No.
I thought you were about to get like,
Flamingo just sucker punches the shit.
yeah, you're
No.
like just hanging out. Flamingo's all cool. Wait, are we talking about a flamingo? What'd you say it was?
A flamingo. A real flamingo.
yeah.
Where?
Yeah,
Where's
so-
the
So what?
flamingo?
Give us the tale here. Yeah.
No, me and the family were down in Corpus going to the Texas State Aquarium for my mom's birthday.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Just something to do. And we ended up hitting the Lexington because we got through the aquarium faster. But no, so in one of the exhibits, for whatever reason, the Texas State Aquarium has flamingos. And apparently these flamingos are very territorial in the fucking like 40-foot long by 10-foot wide space that they occupy. There's like three different, the lady was telling us, there's like 3 different little cliques of flamingos, right?
Oh shit.
In a very small area, and they're territorial about their 10 square feet.
Oh shit.
But like we were walking, and I walked up to, there's like some gates, and like there's not a big barrier like separating you from these flamingos. Like they
Yeah.
walk straight up to you, and this one walks up to me and starts like screaming at me and like puts its wings out and everything. I'm like, whoa, like
Did you kick its ass?
no,
Become
no.
king of the flamingos?
No,
You
I-
get kicked out so fast.
I respectfully, yeah, I
All the
respectfully-
flamingos just start bowing to you, like.
The flamingo comes out, you just fucking knee kick it, snaps its one leg it stands on.
Pick it up by the neck and throw it like Bowser. Just
Dude, it was fucking hilarious.
Stop! You just murder the whole flamingo like room. Just like,
Just start grabbing one, swinging it.
standing there just covered in feathers and flamingo blood. Just like, my bad.
Yeah,
man sitting
almost lost my cool there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, and the lady was saying like if I would have stood there, it would have tried to bite me, and that kind of made me want to go back and like see, you know,
Hell yeah.
how many people do you
See
know?
if it bites, because
Yeah.
you bite back,
Well,
bitch.
No, but like how many people you know have been bit by a fucking flamingo?
I just kind of want to go fight some flamingos.
Yeah,
now.
dude.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
that like thing about it's like do you think like you could take on like 1,000
chickens,
babies
yeah.
or whatever like but like
Flamingos are probably hard though, you know. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like they're not like as big as like ostriches or anything, but
No.
you know, you're still.
Dude, I don't think I could fight one ostrich. I think one ostrich would
Yeah,
probably beat the
dude.
shit out of me.
Right, you just gotta like, you know.
It peck your eyes out. Like you wouldn't have any like thing.
I think
to
you're underestimating your ostrich because you just have to like it's like a snake or something. You got to get control of the little head, and then
Whatever,
what's it
dude.
got?
You grab that
What's it gonna
fucking
do?
head
Kick
and
you?
it's like.
It's gonna
Oh,
kick
yeah.
you. You got to worry about its feet.
Yeah,
I've
fucking,
actually-
have you
no.
not seen Jurassic Park? And he talks about the
that's
talon,
what's gonna
like
fuck you up more
your
than
guts
the,
hanging out.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So you just
No,
want
yeah.
to stay out of like the kicking range for sure. It's like a kangaroo style. You know
its
what I mean?
neck is in the kicking. There's nothing
Yeah.
you can do.
Look, man.
Dude,
What are you gonna? You
There's
gotta
always
tackle
something
it.
you can do.
Brian, I don't think you're approaching this very realistically because it's got long legs and then just like a little snake head.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
we
think about
could
when you
fight
grab
an
a cat,
ostrich,
like
bro.
whenever you're trying to pet a cat's stomach, and then it just like gets mad
Look,
and
I'm
just
not
like
saying
rips
it-
into your
I'm not
hand.
saying it's not gonna fuck me up a little bit, but you know what I mean. Like I think I could win that fight. It's not like a bear or anything. Like you know, there's definitely animals I wouldn't fight, but an ostrich. You know what I mean? And like, okay, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not just gonna go fight an ostrich, you know. But if it's a life or death situation, like
Oh, yeah, like,
Revenant style, you know what
If
I
they
mean?
put you and an ostrich in a room and like they're like one of you leaves,
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think I'm gonna win, even if I'm a little fucked up. You know, I might peck my eye out. You know, I might get my
Come out one
gut
eye,
cut.
yeah.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
about to say you're at bigger risk of getting
Like,
your gut cut.
That's what I'm
open.
saying. You know,
or your face. What if it kicks you in the face? Oh my gosh,
They can
dude.
they can apparently kick really hard.
yeah.
But yeah,
Dude,
Fuck, I don't want to go toe to toe with a.
You gotta
fucking
go,
ostrich.
and it's only it's hands. Like you don't get like a weapon. Like you just have to fucking fisticuffs with the.
You're not gonna punch you want to choke it. You know what I mean?
But the thing is like, what if you get in there, you try to choke it, but its neck is just super tough. Like I imagine they've got
What
like.
do you mean?
Like I don't know. Like what if it's not like what you think?
Super tough.
Yeah, it looks leathery.
And on-
it's like
and on
this
today's
big
episode of
around.
GameSpeak, could Brent choke an ostrich?
I don't know. They look strong, man.
I think they are strong.
They got strong necks.
I'm not saying they're not
I
strong,
don't think
but
they're unchokable.
yeah, I was about to say if you
I
could
don't know,
choke
dude.
if you could choke a human-sized neck, you could probably choke a.
I
you
feel
know,
like okay, it's
an
different with like a
ostrich-sized
human-sized neck because it's like I don't know. No, I feel like there's like way more like
They probably got the same little.
like what if
arteries
they
in
got
the
like
side
the
of their
same little
neck,
thing
you know what
like
I mean?
but it's
Like,
up here and you grab down here like you get like what if it's in a certain spot?
What?
You know, because like
What are you
their neck's
talking
like
about?
fucking this.
Then you're just
long.
gonna have to break
Then
the
that
neck,
means
Jamel.
there's more areas where you can close off the windpipe. Like,
Look,
the
if I
longer-
can't choke it,
How long do you think? Okay, hold on.
Choking is just option A. Option B is unfortunately.
How long can an ostrich go without breathing?
What?
Hold
You know,
on.
it's not about breathing though. It's like a blood choke. You're cutting off the circulation of
Yeah,
blood
to the brain.
Yeah, so
But their brain's like this big. They don't need that shit.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on. Could you,
valid point. Valid point. No.
could you choke out
So it's even less time then because it's even less blood involved.
an ostrich?
Jesus
I,
Christ.
I doubt this has been tested very often. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. Dude, there's ostrich ranches.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
sure it's been done.
This was on Vice back in 2021. A local video broadcast showed the group trying to prevent the bird from running away, with one man holding the ostrich by its neck. That grip proved fatal. The bird was choked to death. So you could.
Well, he accidentally.
Yeah,
did
he
that.
did. He wasn't
Imagine
even
me
attempting.
over here just fucking. Look,
We do not harm
we do
any
not
birds.
endorse
Yeah, no, no.
ostrich
condone.
violence.
Would
you
never
know?
condone
This
animal
is all
violence.
hypothetical ostrich attacks.
I'm
like-
just saying, like if the ostrich attacked first,
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
or it
These
was
are all situations in which we were defending ourselves from an ostrich who was
Yeah.
fucking us up. I mean,
or
you
it was
know?
like a post-apocalyptic society where
Oh,
they
God.
they
now,
have
if we had Fallout ostriches that had like
Yeah.
3 heads, you might
Or-
be fucked because you could choke one of the heads, but then you know,
but it just dangles there while the other two are still
picking
fighting.
your eyes out. Yeah.
No, but I'm thinking like, you know, they've got like a gladiator type situation going on in the post-apocalypse where like a bunch of rednecks, like, you know, they're just like, hey, get in there and fight it. And it's just like, I don't want them. Like, I'm going to kill you if you don't. But, you know,
Yeah.
like that
So
kind of
that's the situation. Don't think
The
we're just
only
out
situation.
here. Yeah, we would never just go to the
The ostrich
the
farm.
Texas State Aquarium and choke out all the ostriches.
Well, there's
Flamingos,
no
I'm sorry.
I mean
ostriches there.
flamingos. Yeah, sorry, flamingos. Yeah.
Anyways, goodness.
Wait, was that hypothetical about ostriches just now? or
Yeah, but
flamingos?
if
Okay,
ostriches.
okay.
Oh, dude, flamingos.
Flamingos were
nothing.
fucking them up, dude.
Yeah, dude,
There's no question.
I bet you could judo chop a flamingo and that dude's out. But anyways, so you went to there. You almost got punched by a flamingo. Anything else?
No. We went to Lexington too, which is always cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was hoping to see a ghost, but I didn't.
Oh,
So yeah. Dude, they do overnight tours apparently. Like you can just stay overnight and try to see a ghost or something.
that sounds dope.
Yeah, it's supposedly super haunted. I think it'd be cool.
I think that would be fun. I'll go. We should all go.
Where's this at?
Corpus Christi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The-
there's a
the-
giant. Okay, so
The USS Lexington is a giant ship out in Corpus Christi.
Oh, yeah,
that's,
yeah.
like,
It's a
decommissioned,
huge aircraft carrier that's built like in 1925, and it mans 2,600. Takes 2,600 people to man it.
It's really
They're
cool.
Like the normal running crew.
It's
You
set
mean
up like a
2,600
museum now.
ghosts.
They have all kinds of cool. Like you can go
Right.
through it and like they
You can
have
through
like
it freely too.
yeah,
Just
you can go in
explore.
like the living quarters, but they also have like movies you can go see there. Like you pay to go like see. You
Yeah.
know, they have all rigged up for touristy shit, but it's really neat. It's worth a stop if you're ever in Corpus.
Lots of levers and all kinds of stuff to mess with.
Yeah.
They should do an escape room in there.
There
That'd be
is
fun.
no, there is an escape room.
Are
apparently.
you serious? It's so dumb.
Yeah, we saw. Yeah, I think it could be. I mean, done well, it could be a really cool escape room.
Yeah,
I mean, you're literally on an old World War
Yeah.
II
For
military
sure,
ship.
yeah.
Like you can just not escape.
you know they have
sometimes.
like a brig or something they could throw you in down there. That would be really neat. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
sick.
Anyways.
Oh, and I got a 4070 Super.
Nice,
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah,
Big time
pretty-
gaming over here.
Pretty big upgrade from my old little 3060 that was struggling.
Now what you
Kind of
need-
crazy that your 3060 is struggling. I'm using a 2080 Ti and I'm doing all right.
2080 Ti is significantly more than a
Oh yeah,
3060.
yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know
2080
that.
Ti will definitely blow the 3060 out of the water for
Mm.
sure, and probably the
Yeah.
4060. Honestly, anything, it's a pretty good card.
Yeah, the
Still.
2080 Ti was solid.
The only thing
I like
that's
that.
like wrong with the 2080 is its ray tracing performance. Like if you're talking about just straight up RT performance on like the newer cards versus the older cards, like yeah, the third gen and better does way better with ray tracing. But as far as just like raw performance, like 2080 is a cold ass card, dog.
Yeah.
It's cold.
It's
Did
cold.
I-
The 1080 is a good card. Honestly, it's still fucking kicking. Like, you know what I mean? The 1070 can put up a fight with a 2060. You know what I mean? So fucking like 1080 Ti is fucking still. I'd still buy one of those if you saw it on like Facebook Marketplace for like a super cheap or something like a whole PC. It'd be worth buying for sure. It's like a
Interesting.
backup PC or like a kid's first PC or something. You know what I mean?
or
Like
something to fuck around with.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, got it from Best Buy, dude. The Woodlands Best Buy has
Hell
a
yeah.
bunch of cards for
How
some
much
reason.
are the 4070 Supers? Like 650?
600.
600?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so
I
I,
think
mean,
that's
that
how
big of
much-
an upgrade. Or,
That's how much the 4070 was when I first got it. And I think it's because I got like some kind of off-brand model or something. I think the 4070s have gone down to like 5 and some change
I think
now.
they're like 500.
Yeah.
Either 500 or 550.
4070 Super like vastly outperforms the 4070 regular though.
Yeah.
Not vastly, but it's like a.
It's pretty
It's
significant.
at least a 15% increase.
It's like I feel like it's pretty significant for like just a super model, and then they have
Yeah.
the Ti, which I think is the super better than the Ti, or the
well,
Ti
there's
is
a
better than the
there's
super?
a 4070 Super Ti,
Right.
And it's
Oh,
like
okay,
it's just
okay.
a little more than
Yeah,
the
those are
4070
really
Super.
tight neck and neck. You know what I mean? And then they put the 4080 variants out too. They have all kinds of weird
Yeah.
fucking 40 series cards out now.
Yeah,
but
the Supers just dropped like 3 months ago, but I was just like looking
does your
around.
3060 that you had have 12 gigabytes of VRAM in it, or is it? Or
12, 12
It was
gigabytes.
12. So yeah, so you haven't jumped in VRAM at all, or does the?
I have the same VRAM, but I have
But it's
much
way
more
better, yeah.
performance and
Mhm.
like processors within the
Yeah.
in the card.
That was one of my problems with the 2060 back in the day. I was like, I feel like everything about the 2060 was acceptable for modern gaming except for the amount of VRAM that I had. Like 6 gigabytes just doesn't cut it. You know what I mean? Like that's just how I feel. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, I was never hitting my max like VRAM on my 3060, but I was having an issue with it like being able to keep up with the performance that I was trying to do.
You're trying to play in 4K though, huh?
No,
Oh.
1440 widescreen. So whatever that aspect is, I don't remember exactly, but I don't know. It could just been the card maybe going bad, but I was getting a lot of like GPU just complete dropouts on all my different like. I tested it on games that were on different hard drives and stuff, and I'd be playing, and everything would be
How many watts is your
performance smooth.
PSU in there?
Fuck. I think I have a 600.
Yeah, that should be enough.
Yeah, it's all my power, all my specs and everything were above and beyond like good. Now that I have the 4070 Super though, I'm not running into any issues.
That's another thing about the 40 series cards is they're super efficient power wise. Like fucking the power draw is like fucking nothing, dude. Like for the amount of performance it's putting out, it's crazy. Like
yeah, it's nothing at all. Like, and that's another thing that I was seeing. The Super I think even has it spec back a little bit less when it's not like really going. More so than the fucking 70, just the regular 4070.
Bro, you should try Cyberpunk again with the fucking.
I did.
You did. Hell
So,
yeah.
and that's what I was
Now,
gonna
have
say.
you gotten? Do you have G-Sync on your monitor? Because if you don't have
No.
G-Sync, the fucking the DLSS 3.5 or whatever, the frame generation or whatever,
Won't work.
does it have? I mean, it'll work, but you'll end up with like crazy like screen tearing when you try to use it, which it was really bad for me in Cyberpunk. And so as soon as I put it on a V-Sync like enabled monitor, G-Sync in my case, either one makes a difference, but like. If you don't have those, the fucking frame generation is almost like pointless because of how bad the screen tearing gets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 is another great one to play. Like really flex your fucking card's muscles if you want something to just like fucking make it go.
Well, I don't have Alan Wake, but I did do Cyberpunk because that was one of the first ones. I was like, let's go straight to Cyberpunk.
You know?
I put it on Ultra with ray tracing Ultra too, just to fucking just throw it into the water.
Bro, you got to put it on ray tracing overdrive mode.
No,
bro.
well, Ultra didn't fucking. I was only hitting like 55 frames. So Ultra ray tracing, Ultra settings, I only hit like
Were
55.
you using DLSS though?
Yeah, with DLSS. So
Really?
yeah,
That's weird.
maybe it's the widescreen aspect. I don't know, because I figured on 1440 I'd be able to just fucking crank it all the way up. But then on the same note, it didn't even like aside from the frames, it didn't even look that much different or better. The rate
They only like it only makes a real difference when you put it in overdrive mode, because when you put it in overdrive mode, every light source is ray traced and it completely just changes the entire like look of like the textures of everything because of the way the light like glows and bounces off of it and
Yeah.
shit. Like it's crazy. Like
and I only did the benchmark test too, so
try it with frame generation on. I think, overdrive mode is meant to be played with frame generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's negligible as far as like the lag goes, but you definitely want some sort of VSync. But I will say this: it's strange that with ray tracing ultra mode you were getting less than 60, because I feel like mine hits. There might be some sort of like throttle, but then again, the widescreen. What's the aspect ratio on widescreen?
it's an ultra wide.
Oh,
So
it's
like
ultra.
29 something.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's part of it.
Yeah. Well,
Because
even
it's not
so,
just because like that ultra wide aspect takes it from like just normal 1440 to like it's kind of between 4K and 1440.
yeah. Even
as
so,
far
it
as,
should
like,
be able
demand.
to do with frame generation. It should be able to hit your target. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just trying to hit 75, which is my monitor.
You've
on
gotta
ray
have
tracing
VSync
off,
on
like
that thing,
it's
right?
75.
Like-
yeah, I have V-Syncs on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not VSync. You know what I'm talking about.
G-Sync on the
not- DLSS.
Not necessarily G-Sync, but the whatever. It's G-Sync, but the
V-Sync?
the AMD one. Yeah. If you have either of those on your monitor, it'll be fine. You know?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. It's a Samsung monitor. So
It probably does.
You probably have to turn it on. Like
what's
on
the
mine's a
refresh
Samsung,
rate?
and you have to turn it on. Like
75.
75. Yeah, it probably has it.
you just press the button on the bottom.
Yeah, adaptive sync. Sometimes it's called adaptive sync, but it makes a big difference with that specifically, and that specifically will make your whole fucking game like buttery playable. It's amazing. Like,
I'll have to look into it. But the biggest jump though, where I saw like change in graphics and shit.
VR.
Of course, yeah. And that's the whole reason I wanted to
Yeah.
upgrade to this new card. It was between like when I went to make this purchase, I looked at Best Buy and I was like, all right. My intentions were I was initially going to buy a Quest 3 to get some better visuals, lenses, etc. But then I saw that the Best Buy in my neighborhood had the cards, and I was like, fuck. So I went with the graphics card, and I'm still using my Quest 2, but the jump in graphics, dude, is...
Oh, it's nuts, man.
Especially playing the new game that I'm going to talk about later that I've been playing all week. It's like my, I guess, render site is way further and everything's way more crisp.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. But I'll talk about that later. So what about you guys? What have y'all been doing?
I've been listening to Rap Beef all week. That's pretty much.
Oh, dude, yes. All right, who do y'all think is winning the fucking? Who's winning right now? I haven't listened to Drake's most like recent. I guess he put out another one.
Yeah, he put out another.
The
one.
moment you get called a pedo, you lose. Like, especially when there's like evidence of it. So it's like he's out. You
I
know,
feel like there's real evidence. You know what I mean? Like, where's
there's quite a bit. Like,
I saw a picture of him.
yeah,
pretty
he was
close to-
he was dating this girl back in like they were like on a date night or whatever, and he posted it on his Instagram, and like she had posted basically like, and she was like turning this like basically it all lines up that she was 16 like when they were like on the date, and he was like 30, and then like they didn't officially date till she was 18 or whatever, but like there's just a lot of evidence of it. And then the Millie Bobby Brown thing where he was texting her for a while when she was 14 and he was like 33.
I don't know, man. That just seems a little far-fetched to me. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's not like it's on the internet. You can go see it like on his Instagram. Like all the stuff is there. The Millie Bobby Brown
I'm sure
shit
he's
happened.
not gonna post some kind of incriminating like I fucked
did.
a 16-year-old thing on my
haven't-
Instagram. Like,
There's
that
even a
seems
video-
silly, you know what I mean?
There's even a video of him whenever he was like 24 and he has a girl on stage and she comes up and like he's like, you know, oh girl, and he like starts kissing her and it turns out she's 14. Like he's like, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 14. He's like, oh man, he's like, you're gonna get me in trouble, and he kisses her again. And then like literally this is on YouTube.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
Dude, it's bad, bro. Like he's like R. Kelly level like on a lot of shit. So like basically he's fucked himself getting into this rap battle
Beef
with
with
him.
him.
Yeah, like
Okay.
he's fucked himself.
Music wise, who do you think is having,
Drake is always better music wise in my opinion. Like
I don't know, man. I
Between
mean,
Euphoria
I
and,
personally like Drake's songs better, and
Same.
like I think that Drake has better fucking disses. Like,
Oh,
in his
yeah,
songs.
dude.
But I do think Kendrick is like dropping. I mean, it's hard to argue with the volume. Like Kendrick has basically put out a whole fucking album over this. You know.
well,
what I mean?
and then he did
There's
a
at
whole
least
thing like
5
talking
or
to his
6
son.
songs, like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
and some of Kendrick's songs are better than others. So like some of them are kind of whack, like that 616 and fucking
that was
whatever.
awful,
That was
dude.
terrible.
But everybody was like, "Nah, dude, you just don't get it. It's like on like different layers." I'm like, "No, dude, it's
whack.
It's pretty whack."
Fucking Euphoria was good. I feel like the Not Like Us song was good. The fucking
Not Like Us was the darkest one because he's like straight up just calling him a pedophile the whole time.
yeah, but I mean it's good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a good diss track. And fucking that other one he did was good. Meet the Grams. That one was good. But I think
Meet the Grams is fucked up. Like just talking to his son, like he's like, "Yo, listen to this when you're 18." You know, like
I think he's
like,
trying a little too hard to like just
Get
dig
to
up
his
all this
family,
shit,
dude.
You know what I mean? But it's like I don't know if it's like I feel like some of this has to be just like fucking exaggerated. You know what I mean? Like
This is stuff that's been in the news like for the past couple years with Drake. So like he's just pulling all the stuff that's been in the news. Like so like Drake not claiming his son for like the first 2 years that he was a thing was a real thing. Like you can go back and find news articles where like people were like, "Is this Drake's son?" And Drake was like, "Nah, I don't have a kid," you know, because she was like a stripper or whatever and he got her pregnant. And then like he claimed him like after like a couple years and all this stuff. So like he's basically saying like your dad's like just a piece of shit. You know, like, I'm sorry he wasn't there for you. I'm sure his dad wasn't there for him, which his dad was not there for. His dad, like, skipped out whenever he was younger and all this stuff. So it's like everything Kendrick is saying is true. There's receipts to back it up, but it's just dark. Like, that's the thing is, like, he's going in, and, like, he's just pissed off. Like, at this point, it's not beef anymore. He's just basically saying, like, you should die. Like, literally, he's like, I hate you. Like it's not a beef anymore. Like it started out as like Drake being like, yeah, I'm calling shots, like I'm being Drake, and Kendrick was like, no, I actually want you dead. Like straight. He's like, you're a fake. You're a master manipulator. Like blah blah. He's like, you know, he's like, you think you can put Pac on your song, and then you're gonna come to the Bay Area. And he's like, I think that'll be your last concert, basically. Like, if you come to California and try to do a show after what you said. Like, basically just threatening.
Have you heard the new Drake song, though?
Yeah, where he's like, I'm not into Millie Bobby Brown, I promise. He's like, I'm into Whitney, like, you know, your wife.
I don't know, man.
Jesus.
I just feel like it's a pretty fun beef, you know? I love when we get a good rap beef.
I love this.
You know
is
what I mean?
This is top tier rap beef. This is like probably the best rap beef since Tupac and Biggie.
Maybe
in my
even
opinion.
better than that. Like, if
Oh,
somebody
like-
gets shot and killed over this, it's officially like
If
it will never
Drake-
be the fucking topped. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that. 'cause
I don't
it's not-
wish that on anybody.
First off,
we
can
don't
we
strangle
talk about-
ostriches. We don't
Hold on
wish
a
No,
minute.
no rap beef ever.
Is gonna
It comes close to
No.
Tupac being first off, fuck you, bitch, and the click you claim.
Yeah, but let's
All
think
right?
about the
Come
volume
on.
of songs
But there's
we're getting
also
here. You
it
know
wasn't
what I'm
just
saying?
it wasn't just
He
Pac and
literally
Biggie
just
and-
straight up in that
the whole-
song says, "I fucked your wife." Like in the
Don't get
first
me-
10
don't get me
seconds.
wrong.
The whole-
It's a great. That's like the best diss track ever. But we're just
But
talking about
y'all
like
are
the
also
whole beef.
y'all are also
as-
forgetting like the whole Pac and Biggie beef was like East and West Coast.
Yeah, it was
going
gang
at it.
related.
It's
It was
true.
more than just them. It was
true.
all East and West Coast going
It's
at it.
true.
You can't fucking. This is
It's not gonna happen.
Too- yeah,
Yeah,
Kendrick
But then we
Lamar-
also got a
Gen Z
little,
is like,
we got
nah.
a little bit of that going on with this, with everybody kind of coming for fucking Drake. With
Drake's,
the, you know what
Drake's
I mean?
from
Like,
fucking Canada. What do you like? No.
He's from the 6, dude. No, I'm
Look,
just kidding.
I'm not saying it's gang related, but I'm saying we do have like multiple rappers involved, like we did with the Tupac and Biggie thing. You know what I mean? It's not just Drake and Kendrick
But it
here.
ain't
We
too
got, you know
like.
what
But
I mean?
honestly,
two
though,
coasts
like,
going at it.
if Drake wasn't being called out on these like super dark criminal things, I would so be on Drake's side just because
I like his songs so
his
much
songs
better,
are so
dude.
good. Like every time I listen to a Kendrick song, I'm like, dude, I could have made this shit. Like it's so bad. Like he's just like OV ho, like OV. Like, come on, dude. Like, anybody could have thought of that shit. And everybody, he's like, step this way. It's like, these are like literally like 10-year-old raps. Like, and people make it like he's like this fucking genius who just like, he made up some shit you've never heard. I'm like, dude, it all sounds the same.
Okay, I can kind of see where people are coming from with Kendrick because it's kind of a mixed bag with me. Like half
It's
the
so mixed.
half the songs Kendrick puts out, I'm like, yes, that is the fucking pinnacle of rap. And then half the songs are like, eh.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that.
You know
one.
what I mean?
I'm a big Kendrick fan, and
Yeah.
I only like one album from Kendrick, and it was the one that had the pull up, drank, sit down, drank. Like literally,
Honestly,
and damn
okay.
it, or whatever that one song was.
Those are two different albums.
That's what I'm saying. Those two
Yes.
albums
So-
were like peak Kendrick. Everything else, I don't give a
I
fuck
like
about.
every Kendrick album except for his most recent one that came out. I wasn't a huge fan of the Mr. Morale or whatever that shit was.
It wasn't even songs. It was like
But-
him just like a spoken word,
Yeah.
like, and like people are like,
Fucking-
dude, this is genius. I'm like, no, this is fucking boring.
This is poetry.
I mean, let's be real. Damn is his best album, like by far.
Da-
It's
yeah,
not
Damn,
even,
not
it's not
Damn,
even
yeah.
close. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, but To Pimp a Butterfly was a good album. Fucking the Section 8 or whatever was a good album. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got some good albums.
I can't
but,
like I'm not gonna sit here and claim I know anything about Kendrick, like because like dude, like now Drake, I've probably listened to every single Drake song ever, like over the years, because like he just makes catchy shit, and it's
does.
always different. He keeps it changing while keeping it good.
people don't want to admit because he's so popular, but it's like it's hard to deny
Dude,
the quality of music that's
It's
getting
so
put out.
good,
And
like-
it's transcended. He's had hits coming out since like 2007 or
Yeah,
something.
at first, like-
For a
you know what I mean?
long
Like-
fucking time.
before Lil Wayne, I was like, nobody will ever top Lil Wayne on like the longest time,
Except for
and then
fucking
Drake.
Lil Wayne's protege over
Yeah,
here.
and
like-
then Drake comes through and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna double the amount of time Lil Wayne's been popular and like just put out that many. Like literally, like we started with the "it may not mean nothing to y'all." Like, how does it go from that to like he's like fucking just trashing 20 people in like a
That's
fucking
kinda what
rap
I was,
beef?
My
Like,
thing is like I never expected Drake to be like the inheritor of like every rap beef that's worth listening to in the
Yeah.
past like 10 years. You know what I
literally,
mean?
with like Future and like all
Pusha T and
Dude,
fucking Meek Mills.
Mills,
Yeah,
that was a
like,
funny
That
one.
was a great one. Yeah.
everything. Dude, he's like fought everybody. And then so like like that's why he's like 20v1, you know, like or whatever. But like my favorite part, like, and this is I can't even say what it is because it involves a word we can't say. But like whenever like you know Kendrick was like, I don't even think you should be able to say that word, and then he comes back and the first thing it's like maybe you shouldn't start the song with, and then he just hits it like right up.
The whole, if you go back and look at the whole first verse, literally every bar is ended.
I love that shit. I'm like, dude, yes. Like, if only all this other shit wasn't
Dude, yeah. No, my favorite. Oh man, no. There's so many great like lines that have come out of this. Like fucking.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like it's so many good things. Like I love it. It's really entertaining. But
Yeah.
like and it's funny because even like Brittany, like she's just like, have you heard about all this like stuff that's going on? I'm like, trust me, yes.
I've been forcing my girlfriend to listen to it, and
like, you gotta.
you gotta. This is what's happening with Kendrick. And
But it's funny because because it's gotten so popular, like all these like I don't want to say that, like just basic white people are on like TikTok just like trying to break it down. They're like, okay, today Kendrick said this. And
I'm basic.
Yeah,
white
that's what I'm saying. It's like we have no place in this at all, but we're all just like involved. We're all just like, can you believe what Drake said to Kendrick today? And then it's just like,
I'm sorry, but when two of the greatest in their field battle, you have to stop what you're doing and pay attention.
but Kendrick
you know what
hasn't
I mean?
put out anything in forever, and then like he just had to come in for the beat. And not only that, J. Cole kind of set all this off.
J. Cole's whack as hell for fucking
Backing out. Well,
He dropped a really good track, and then he just fucking.
I have a feeling J. Cole like has got some shit in the closet too that he was like,
He doesn't want it pulled out.
yeah, he was like, I'm backing out. He's like, I'm sorry, dude, you're awesome. Like, please
I like
don't
J.
kill
Cole's
me.
diss track. That's what really makes me mad. Is like,
Dude, I
feel
love
like
J. Cole in general. J. Cole
too.
is better.
He's like
than,
the perfect
than
blend
Kendrick
of Drake
to me.
and Kendrick.
Like, I love J. Cole's
A good
music.
middle ground.
J.
Yeah.
Cole makes a lot of good songs.
Like, and now everybody's just like, oh, J. Cole's trash. I'm like, no, he just didn't want to get fucked over. Like, he's not that kind of rapper. He's like, he just puts out hits. He's not that kind of guy.
I still feel like it would have been dope if he got in there some. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like, is that all about the the beef, Devin?
This is PETA. Don't strangle ostriches.
Yeah. Okay. Devin's got the mic in his hand.
Oh, here we go.
Dark Sage is talking about Fallout. Were we talking about Fallout? Earlier?
Fallout.
No, he probably sees the title.
Oh. We're gonna get to that here.
Yeah, pretty
shortly.
soon we'll be talking about it. Last thing, yeah. So, besides the beef and everything, what was he saying?
No, it's just about Fallout.
We'll save
We'll
it
go
for the
back to it
Fallout.
whenever we get to the discussion.
We'll save your question for a little bit later. We're about to get into the gaming here in a second. But yeah, so Brittany got into a car accident.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so with our brand new car.
Oh, no.
Luckily, she was fine, especially because it involved an 18-wheeler. The 18-wheeler came into her lane
my God.
and just like, I guess he wasn't paying attention, just swerved into her
Your
lane to get her.
insurance covering this? and
Well,
stuff?
so now we're dealing with that because like the car's basically gonna end up being totaled because it like bit into the frame basically,
Yeah,
and
but
so
he cut into your lane. It should
Yeah.
be your.
oh, it's his fault. The
Yeah.
police report shows it was his fault. They
Yeah.
had a video. They had a dash cam because it's a company like 18-wheeler. So like
Okay.
all of it's their fault. But the insurance can still try to be like, no, it's not our fault. Like, so then our insurance has to battle back and forth with them. Basically, there's beef, but like, no, but like, so,
Send Kendrick.
the first diss track just dropped.
so my insurance right now is taking care of everything while we're waiting on them. But the problem is like, this is a brand new car. We still owe like $24,000 on it. Like there wasn't even 1,500 miles on this car. Literally only one payment made on it outside of like the down payment.
Jeez.
And so if they total this car, they may not even pay us everything that we owe on the car loan. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
then we're gonna be in the hole on the car loan while having to get another car. Like, because that was our only
What
vehicle.
company do you have?
Progressive, but we have like we have full coverage like with gap insurance, but like they basically pay out like whatever Kelly Blue Book says your car's worth. So it's not like, they don't just like say, oh, well, you owe, or your car's worth $24,000 because that's how much you owe on it. It's based on like whatever Kelly Blue Book says. So hopefully we get like the exact amount, if not a little bit more.
I'm about to say
Yeah.
there's a good chance you'll get a little bit more just because of the mileage, it being brand new condition, and
Yeah.
everything like that. Like used will sell, can for whatever reason used can sometimes sell more than brand new. At least that's how it was getting bass backwards a couple years ago when the supply was real low.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because then we need to get another car, because that's how she gets to work. Otherwise, she's just going to have to Uber until we can get another car. Which
Fucking hell,
dude, it's trash, dude, like all of it. But, luckily, you got to look at the good side. She was hit by an 18-wheeler and not hurt.
Yeah.
Other than like a possible torn rotator cuff. But that's like from her like swerving and tensing up, I'm pretty sure. So but yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
No, it was from the 18-wheeler hitting.
Yeah, actually that, yeah.
Well, I was about to say, maybe we should address that.
Yeah, discussing legal fucking
no.
still a pending case. No.
Well, no. That I just mean so she wasn't crushed. She had to swerve to get out because he hit like this.
No, I was saying the cause of the possible injury.
Well, that's his fault. It's his fault. She had to swerve. Basically. Anyways, I'm not part of that case. So, but it's all fucked up. So hopefully that all works itself out.
It's super shitty, especially with such a new car.
Yeah.
I know, dude.
Surely your insurance will get everything fixed up for you. They wouldn't just leave you hanging on something like that.
You'd be surprised.
Yes,
Insurance
can
be
be shiesty,
scummy.
dude.
But I'm hoping. Anyways, also, what did I say? Oh yeah, Togashi's back again. He's finally back again. I got to mention that, for Hunter x Hunter, because he went away 6 months ago. He was like, I can't keep putting out a chapter a week or whatever. My back is killing me. And so he was like, so I'm talking to Shonen to see if there's anything we can do about just doing 1 or 2 a month rather than once a week. And he disappeared for 6 months. Nobody knew anything. And then 4 or 5 days ago, he popped back up on Twitter and posted more pages that he's working on, and he's been posting every day since. So I guess he figured something out. So we're moving forward, baby. So I'm hoping we can finish out this arc. Oh my god!
One day before we die.
I know. I get so hype every time he comes back. But yeah, and then I tried to watch the rest of Parasite. The Gray or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's just after watching Fallout, it was like, oh man, that was so
not
good.
As good.
And this is just so all right.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
But anyways, anything else?
I went to the movies. I saw a pretty bad movie.
Which one?
That movie Tarot.
I didn't even hear about that.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's about evil tarot cards. I mean, I expected it to be bad. I was going in expecting a B-rated, shitty horror movie. You know what I mean?
It was worse than that.
Yeah. Let's just say I got what I expected. You know what I mean? I had a good time though.
That's fair. That's a fair approach.
I went to make fun of a bad horror movie, and I was not disappointed.
Those are always fun when you go with that mentality.
Yeah.
Not if you're going all right, I want to get fucking scared. And it's that.
Yeah. That's what VR is for.
Nothing's gonna. No movie can top the shit that VR.
For real.
Oh man. Oh.
But now let's get into the games we've been playing. So.
My list is kind of short, so I'll get my shit out of the way because I know y'all have plenty to talk about.
We got lots to talk about.
So they have basically gotten the closest shot at fucking VR Warzone that we have ever gotten. Contractors fucking Showdown.
Hey, I've almost got that a couple times. Is it crossplay with Quest 2 or Quest native Quest?
PC, Quest 3, Quest 2.
So they're all playing together? Yes. Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
So
that means that the community's probably pretty active, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've not had a single issue getting into matches.
Get me
connection.
In there. How much is it?
I got it for $17. It's only $20. So.
Oh, I'm getting that shit.
Dude, it is. And I don't know how it performs on standalone Quest. I heard Quest 2, it's blurry as shit. Quest 3, it's playable, it's passable. And then PC is obviously going to be your best bet for quality. But when I say I was going into this expecting just a very kind of just taking Contractors. So for those of you who don't know, VR, Contractors is one of the top 3 first-person shooters in VR. It goes Contractors, Onward, and Pavlov.
Yeah,
I think
those
is
are
a
the
fair,
big 3.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
big 3. So Contractors.
No, sorry.
Back to the beef.
Contractors took their beautiful guns and gunplay and mechanics and everything and just did a standalone BR version of their game with a couple added features and shit. There's more stuff in Contractor Showdown than there is Contractors.
Yeah. And as it stands right now, there's only a couple of other Battle Royale games, and only one that I feel like is really serviceable other than Contractor Showdown. And
no, because fuck Pop One. I know
Population One is a great game. It's more like Fortnite, though. So, like,
it's very like, yeah. And
the difference is, if you want a Fortnite experience, go with Population One. If you want a Warzone
Call of Duty,
experience,
yeah,
Contractor.
go to
Showdown.
The map is huge. It is.
I've seen some
it's
gameplay,
very fleshed
and
out.
it looks dope.
It is a very big map, and it's 60 players per match.
Nice.
And the map fits perfectly for the amount of players. And I say very big. It's not like very big in terms of like what we have on like flat screen. It's huge in terms of what we've seen in VR.
Yeah.
And just how the map is fleshed out with
Everything
all the models.
feels bigger in VR anyway, so you can have like a medium-sized map that feels massive in
Yeah.
VR. You know what I mean? Like,
And I've been
Scale,
playing it for the
yeah.
last several days, and I still haven't hit all the major landing spots.
oh, bro, how is there a duos mode? Let's fucking
No.
get it,
So
dog.
as of right now, there's only a trios. But like coming
That's
into
okay.
this,
We'll get some
I'm
randoms.
I'm super surprised at how fleshed out it is.
Oh, Jamel, you get it too. Let's all
Yeah,
do a
I
fucking.
could do it.
Ooh.
Drop
So,
in.
The gunplay and everything is really good, and it translates perfectly. The parachuting translates perfectly. Like how good that they took Warzone, and it's basically just a VR clone.
Nice.
Hey, here's an idea. Since you're on my Quest games, I'll just buy it on Quest, and you can play the native Quest version. I'll play it on PC. You'll play it on PC. We'll all get together, 3-way, and you don't even have to buy it. It'll be fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
So so you have like your own little lobby and stuff that you can go to and like customize your guns. There's a shooting range and stuff. Well, there's also unlocks. There's a shit ton of unlocks that you can just play the game to like earn currency and shit towards, or you get these little loot chips that you can get in the game or through like contracts and stuff that unlock. Like they have like at least 60 different sprays for the guns. There's different skins for each gun. There's like
It's like COD
15
points.
characters. Yeah, there's COD points, and then there's also like there's two different types of currency, but all of it can be earned in game, or you can buy the one type of currency. But even the buyable currency you can get in the game.
Yeah.
So there's already a bunch of customization with it. There's
Do you make
kill streaks.
loadouts?
You can't make a loadout, so there's no loadouts. It's very traditional BR in that you drop in and you just got to scavenge and
Let
stuff.
me ask you this, because this is one of my big concerns. In the original Contractors game, like, standard Contractors, I always felt like you didn't get very good, like, hit boxes. Like, when you shoot somebody, like, you don't feel it. It's not like, like, you don't, there's, like, no noise or fucking, like, indication that
feedback.
you're, like, hitting them,
Oh, you can hit markers. There's also
get a hit
there's
mark?
also number hits.
Oh,
There's like
cool.
there's number hits
See, I
that
like
pop
that.
up.
Okay, see, that was a
Yeah.
problem I had with the original, and I think that's going to be nice to see.
No,
you
no.
know
there-
what
I mean, in like if you're playing on PC and you can see far enough, the sniping is actually ridiculously good.
Oh, I
in this
love
one.
that. That's one thing that can
Um,
really make or break a shooter for me in VR
dude,
as
it-
a sniper, as how the scope functions.
Yeah, and even
the
the 4 times to the 8 times. I don't like using the 8 times because it's a little too touchy. And
do
you're
you
not
have to
going
like
be having.
adjust it on the top of the scope or something?
No,
like,
No, it's all just like hard scopes, but like the sniping's not bad. There's 3 SMGs. There's 4 different rifles. There's like 6 different snipers, which range between DMRs and like bolt action.
Cool.
There's 4 different pistols, two different shotguns, a bunch of guns already. There's charms that you can unlock for the guns, sprays, skins, all that shit.
Nice.
So, and it plays just really, really well. There's different. You can do. You can set your perks before you go into the game, and there's different tiers at which you unlock your perks.
Oh, cool.
So, like, you start off with 1, and there's probably 6 or so to choose from in each different tier of perks and shit.
Have you been
all
playing with
different-
like randoms or like?
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. So I've been playing with randoms up until today. I got with a squad. We got a dub, and then like top 5 like multiple times in a row.
Fuck yeah. Is there
But
vehicles in it?
no, there's not any vehicles,
Oh,
but there's a
okay.
bunch of redeploy spots, so you can like take zips up and parachute and stuff.
Oh, cool.
There's zips all over the map that go like up the cliffs and stuff. There's a
Cool.
mountain in the center of the map, and there's a lot of like just change in topography.
I like that. Yeah.
I feel like vehicles would be interesting. Like everybody just hopping in like one vehicle.
like a
Oh,
Jeep
yeah.
or something. That would be
Yeah,
sick.
just like multiplayer, like you're just
Hanging
hanging out the
out.
back shooting while
I
the
think
other
that would be
person's-
way more practical in VR because
Yeah.
like when you're in like
Flat
a
screen.
normal flat game,
Yeah.
like shooting out of like the side of a Jeep is nearly impossible, and like Battlefield or something, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
Oh,
if you
yeah.
had like actual like range of motion as the car's going like this, it would feel more natural, and I think you would be able to aim better.
Yeah, it's great. It is the closest thing that we've ever gotten to Warzone by a long shot. Like, it's better than any other BR.
Does it look like Warzone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the graphics are good. It's in Unreal 4, I think. So
Yeah.
the graphics are really good.
Nice.
It doesn't look all like cartoonish.
I've seen some videos of even the native Quest version that look pretty impressive for what
yeah,
it is. You know.
It looks really good. It plays really, really good because it's built off of contractors. The gunplay, like it all like you're not trying to feel the guns out. You just aim and it just shoots right. I don't know how to explain it.
It just works.
It just works. I don't. Well, there's some games that like they do something different to where like you kind of have to adjust for how
Figure out
their
each
guns
gun.
aim.
Yeah.
Not in this, dude. Contractors has always had like top tier on
I
their
like that,
gun mechanics and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's buy stations. So there, in this one, instead of one buy station, it's different types of stations. So you'll have like the res.
Ammo or
Yeah, there's one that's like guns and ammo. There's one that's resing teammates or getting insurance, which is just a redeploy. And then there's
cool.
And then there's one that's like there's extensions like armor extension or backpack extension, and then your like kill streaks and stuff. You can call in an airstrike and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
And you use the airstrikes and stuff in marking. You have like a little device on your chest that you can take off, and you just aim it like a laser, and you can mark stuff.
Like
And then
airstrikes or
Yeah,
pinging.
Pinging, but then on the flip side, yeah, you hit your button and it changes over to the airstrike, and you just call it with that device, and then you just put it back on your chest.
Dang,
That's cool.
that sounds so
Yeah,
dope.
it all plays out like I'm telling you. Like I've been so horribly fucking addicted to this game. Any chance that I've had to game, I'm like hoping
Playing
that
that.
my headset's charged to play.
Oh man, I'm so getting that shit when I get home.
Nice.
It's so good. And then like I thought it was gonna be super buggy. I've had minimal bugs. There's been a couple issues here and there, but as far as like connection, the game's playing well. Like I feel like it's been a pretty fair shot on like. I don't feel like I was like way behind. There's a couple matches where it put me in with like Europeans earlier today.
Mhm.
Where it was like I had bad ping then, but I mean that's to be expected playing across
Yeah.
the ocean.
I'm about to buy that shit right now.
He's like downloading.
No,
that.
I got it on sale too for $17.
Is
But
it
it's,
nice.
still on sale?
no, it was on Steam, not on
Oh,
Quest.
okay, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I like
just
to
got the
buy it
Steam
on the
version.
Quest store just because I like having both versions. I really
I
like
didn't
having a
even-
mobile version of the games if I ever want to take it on the go with me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. So when I went to buy this game, I didn't even think it was on Quest. I didn't even look
Yeah.
it up because I
That's
saw
fair, yeah.
I saw one of my like favorite YouTubers who does like VR stuff. He did a quick video about it, and like looking at it, I was like, "There's
Yeah,
no,
no way.
fucking way that this is on Quest 2 or Quest 3, let alone Quest 2." And sure enough,
the
it
top
is.
seller right now
It
on the
is.
Quest store. 4.4 rating. That's pretty good. People are pretty critical on
Dude,
the Quest store. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, like it's not so like how good it is right now, and it just came out. Like it's only going to get better, and this is going to be Warzone VR. Like
Nice.
I feel like it has a big potential to really draw people in. Like,
That's what I'm hoping for.
It's such a good attempt at it. And that's why I'm so stoked and so happy because I've been enjoying the fuck out of it.
I
Like,
own it now, so we going in.
Dude, you trying to play tonight?
Hell yeah!
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna have to download it. Probably won't take very long.
I'm down as well. I'll hop on
Trust me, it's so good.
Hell
yeah. Everything I've got no complaints except for like when I was on my 3060. So I played it on my 3060 and then on my 4070 Super. On my 3060, it was kind of fuzzy. Almost not like blurry, but just like the load distances
Yeah.
and stuff. On my 47 Super, I can see like 100 yards out and make
Yeah.
out like little people running across.
That's how I know Fallout VR is just kind of a buggy fucking game because like when I played it on my 2060, it was all muddy and like I was like, okay, when I get a good GPU, it's gonna be looking great. And then I got the 4070 and it looks like shit, but the frame rate is excellent now.
Yeah. I was thinking about going back to it, but then I remember like once I got the 4070, excuse me, I was thinking about going back to Fallout 4 VR.
Yeah.
But then I remembered that fact specifically. It's like it doesn't matter the
Yeah,
fucking GPU.
you have to
It's-
mod the shit out of it, and I
You
don't have
do.
the patience for
It's
that.
hard.
You know
I've
what I mean?
I've tried 5 different times now, like like a
Yeah.
couple months apart.
The problem is you got to find mods that play nice with the VR version because you have to use the same mods as like the flat version to mod the VR version. So it's like some mods work great and some like break your whole game. You know
yeah,
what
but
I
all
mean?
the issues with it are VR specific though, on like the draw distances and the load.
Yeah.
Like the render distance is a big one, and then the anti-aliasing? There's like
The anti-aliasing
all
is
the noise in
fucking
the back
trash,
is just
yeah.
so fucking bad.
Yeah, I wish that's a game I wish they would give a proper like redo to. You
Like
know what
VR
I mean?
port.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I wish
they're not going
PlayStation.
to.
I wish PSVR 2 would have been more popular because that's a game that could have got like had the actual developers go in and fix it up and then
Yeah.
like been a good console game. You know what I mean with the modern hardware. You know.
I want a good Fallout VR so bad.
Me too, man.
So bad.
I wanted to like the fucking Fallout VR that we have right now so bad that I played until I was like level 20 before I was like, all right, I just can't fucking do
It's
this
bad.
anymore. You
It
know what I
hurts
mean?
your eyes.
It's like
not,
there's so much of it that I like the areas where you're indoors and stuff, but like the fact that like in the vanilla version you don't even have fucking hands. It's like what the
Yep.
fuck? It's weird, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I had to go plug in the headset. It hasn't been charged in forever.
oh hell yeah. I'm gonna have to charge my headset too. You might have to
shit.
give me an hour when I get home.
Well,
'cause
if you have a link cable, just hook it up to.
Oh yeah, because you'll be playing
block.
PC, right?
oh yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be the only one that really needs it to be charged because I'll be playing on the.
My headset does kind of drain power faster than my computer can charge it though, so
Yeah.
I might have to charge.
You
just
can't
a
plug it to
little
a
bit.
phone block. Oh, duh! You have to plug it to the PC. I'm
Well,
stupid.
not he can also
Actually,
do AirLink
yeah, no,
in a phone block.
That's a
what
good
I've done.
idea. Yeah. Another idea is I could just play the fucking native Quest version with a phone block. That's probably my best bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's trust me, like
Go get my drink. real
I'm
quick.
super stoked about this game and where it's gonna go.
Hell yeah.
That's all I've been playing.
Oh, that was
That's
your game.
yeah, that's literally all I've been playing.
Sweet. Well, maybe we'll be playing it soon.
Take all boys to a dub.
Oh, dude. I'll take us to the dub. No worries. No, I'm just kidding. I just come in there and just be like, well, I can't see anything. Dude, I don't know. After having like that vertigo and everything, I'm kind of worried about going back into VR. Like, I don't know. Like, do you think that could like set it off? Like,
No, because I think yours was sinus induced.
yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, but
I'm just like
I'm also not a doctor, so
I trust you, you are my doctor today. Devin says it's okay. So, anyways, so Fallout, dude, Fallout 4. So first off, I have to start this off with a confession, not a confession, but an apology. I was hating on Fallout 4. I just didn't give it the right go because I didn't know to avoid, Preston.
I was gonna say, if you just avoid Preston, then the whole game just is dope.
It
you know
opens
what I mean?
up, yeah. So like I got past that part. Like I got him free from where that little common
Yeah.
place is.
I'm so mean to Preston Garvey. I'm like, fuck you the whole time. He's like, thanks for helping him. I'm like, don't get used to it, asshole. Like,
yeah. He was like, we're gonna go and settle over here. He's like, you should come and meet us. And then I never went to go meet them. So like,
I always like put it off, and then I eventually do it just so I can have a place to store my shit. Because like Sanctuary is like the easiest place to set up an original, like your first like.
I just store everything at that Red Rocket like gas station. Literally everything is stored there.
I
Everything.
guess you can send people there too, so you don't even have to.
Yeah,
Like,
literally, I have like 4 people hanging out there. Like, I've got all of my stuff there. Dude, I've got so much junk in that place.
I will say this though, this playthrough I've been playing a lot more with the building stuff, and it's actually a lot of fun. Like, I don't like having to go help get settlements free and all that shit, but like if you focus your energy on one settlement, you can do the Sims basically. You can just build houses and make people live in the little houses and
Yeah. Well, see, I don't
set
even
up
want to deal with
shops
that right now. I'm saving that for after the game.
Yeah.
That way I still have a reason to play. So like I don't want to like do it all, and because like every time I get to the end of a game, I typically am like, man, there's nothing left in this world.
Yeah.
So like that, I'm saving it as like a secondary thing. Like I want to
Dessert.
Yeah,
almost.
it's dessert basically. Yeah, so like or giving me a reason to stay in the world.
Yeah.
See, I'm
But-
playing so ridiculously right now because like I've played Fallout 4 like so many times that like I've done every like extension of the main quest and every variation. So right now, what I'm doing is like walking a giant lap around the map. Like I'm going to the as far as I can to the like west until it says like you can't go this way, and then I'm going. I started at the very bottom left corner, and I've worked my way all the way up to the top right corner, and now I'm like halfway across the corner of the map. And like they have all this weird shit in place to like keep you from like going that far. So like there's like armies of death claws coming at me and shit, and I'm just like leveling up like instantly just by like because I've got this like laser gun that you get from one of the quests. Like I think it's one of the quests that's like exclusive to the new version of Fallout or whatever, you know what I mean? But you get this like
Next gen
fucking
update.
laser gun that like is just unstoppable, dude. Like it kills everything. It's basically like a rocket launcher except it shoots like a beam of laser out.
Is
And
it the
fucking-
blue light?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude. You'll run into people with those, and they'll fuck you up,
Yeah,
dude.
well, not
Like-
if you fuck them up first. I'll clear out a whole room. I'll walk into a room that's just like loaded with like super mutants and shit. I'm just like,
Oh yeah, and
and the whole room is dead.
but
dude. It's just
that's
like-
how quickly they'll drop you with the blue thing. Like
well, the problem with the blue thing is the only problem with the blue thing is it's got like an area of effect damage. So if something like runs up on you before you
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
can
you
see
get
it, you
fucked.
turn around and you try to shoot it. You just like electrocute yourself and then fucking fall over. But like,
yeah, I hate that gun.
I got some for that ass too. If you run up on me, like let's say a death claw gets past my like area of like safety, then I pull up the Pit Boy. He's like frozen 5 feet in front of me, right? I fucking eat a jet, you know what I mean? And then I pull out my pistol. I got a 10mm pistol that never-ending clip. Like it's just literally.
I have that. Yeah.
Fucking I'll jet 10mm never-ending clip, like all the way upgraded because I've been maxing out like my gun upgrades and my like shit like that. So it's like fully maxed out pistol. I'm just, and he's all slow mo, just like. And then he fucking just whoops that
It
ass,
just
bro.
works,
It
yeah.
just works. Yeah.
Well, that's like I've never played through the whole story. I'm not even like I think I got to the part where
the story's great, honestly.
Yeah, that's
like
pretty good.
yeah. Well, I got to the part where we're like the kid like we found out that the kid is like however old and the bald guy who took him or whatever we went through the dream thing like where it shows you the dream. I wasn't really paying attention. I was like something about a synth and so like because I'm just really focused on all the side quests and stuff. I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
But I've reached a point where I haven't found any more side quests, so I don't know what's going on. I know I've done more
well,
than
the main
10.
quest naturally takes you to like city locations throughout the game, like or suggests city locations like Good Neighbor. Like I don't think
I'm in Good Neighbor
I was
already.
gonna say I don't think the game actually like takes you to Good Neighbor, but it like
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got to go to the memory den. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's where I'm at. Is that
Yeah.
memory den? And
So like the game will take you to these little towns and stuff, and then if
You'll
you
pick
like
up side
explore
stuff.
around the town, you'll find all kinds of fucking little side stuff, and then you can just walk in any direction and find like a million fucking things that are just like
that's what I've been doing. Like the serial killer one was awesome. Like specifically just because like the after effects, like spoilers, but like if you go, you find it's like this big artist. You did this one, right?
Yeah.
It's like this like serial killer's den or whatever. And he like kills raiders. So I guess he's technically not anywhere near as you're
He's just a
as
player?
bad.
Yeah.
he kills raiders, but he like makes like art basically with their blood and stuff and their bodies, and then he like leaves a calling card on them that says like Pickard or whatever his name was,
Yeah.
or Pickman. And so like after you find him, you can either kill him or help him survive like fighting the raiders, and you're like, hey, I basically do the same shit anyways. So like and so
I was traveling with McCready, and it was like McCready did not like that.
when you let him live or
yeah,
kill
when
him.
you let him live.
Yeah, I let him live, and he basically if you let him live or die, like you'll see it soon, but like you'll just be walking around and you'll like walk around a corner and there'll just be a bunch of dead fucking raiders and like you go up to search them for shit and it just says Pickman's like calling
I've
card.
actually seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's because he's just out in the world doing whatever. And if you kill him, his ghost is out. Like that's the like. So even if he dies, you'll still see that popping up.
That's
like
awesome.
so, it's meant to be like, oh shit, he's just kind of like haunting, the wasteland. But
That's cool.
so that one's really cool. And then did you do the one where it's like the family, and they're like, trying to become immortal or whatever.
No, I haven't done that
So
one.
so like this one is really important to the game because you get this mysterious serum. Have you seen that yet?
No.
Okay, so you get this mysterious serum. It basically
Just like the
gives
shit in the show.
it gives you unlimited like rad for like an hour. So like you can just walk through the emerald whatever
Oh, bro, I've already got a solution for that. All you need is a hazmat suit, dog.
Yeah, but I don't like changing my suit and shit. Like I like just being me. So like
that's fair, but I mean,
like you get this mysterious serum, and like you get the choice to either kill this guy. Like he's been alive for like 400 years before even the wasteland and everything. He's been alive forever, like because he has this thing on his head. And so like and like his son and his family, like his kids, have kept him locked in this thing, and they're just like taking the juice out of him to keep themselves alive. So you basically reach a point where like you can't let him out. He's very dangerous because he has like telepathy and like all this stuff. And so like I decided to let him out. So because I was like, fuck y'all. And so whenever he comes out, he's like thank you. I hope you understand that I now have to kill my entire family. And he's like, and you're gonna help me. And I'm like, all right. And so like we go and like just basically murder off his whole family. But because I did that, he'll now give you the mysterious serum for the rest of the game. Like if you ever need it, you can go
get
back
it from him anytime.
Yeah, but he'll only give you one at a time, and you have to use it before you can get another one. But it lasts an hour. So like if you need to go do something out in the fucking wasteland and like he'll just give it to you. You can walk around literally no rad anything. So like
that's the problem with hazmat suit is you don't have any armor out. So
that's what I'm saying.
You get those death claws coming at you. You got to get them before they get you.
Yeah, you get full armor. You get to do whatever you want because like you take that serum. But like so he's like, yeah, just come back anytime. You can have the shit. And he's like, also you can take anything out of this house now because they're all dead. And like so you can just take all their shit.
Have you seen the Vault Tech representative in the modern world? The guy at the beginning of the game who like comes to your door and tries to sell you the fucking.
No, I haven't seen him.
Yeah, you can find him fucking like wandering.
I
around
figured
as a
you
ghoul.
would. I almost thought he was.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought he was Valentine for a moment because they wear like similar outfits, and I was like, "Watch, that's gonna be him." But
I love Nick. He's such a great character. Like,
but yeah,
he's so well written too. You think about his dialogue, like, and how
his
many
story.
lines of dialogue they probably had to make for his character. Like every time you go into any building, he has some kind of witty comment to say about it. It's just a great fucking character. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, he's awesome, and like I maxed out his companionship, and so like I get like an extra hacker point basically when he's with me, and
That's
then he
cool.
can just hack anything anyways. So
he's
like
so helpful for hacking.
Yeah, I put nothing into hacking because I just keep him with me all the time. Like I just my lock picking is up and all of my other stuff.
I always have lock picking and hacking maxed out because I feel like there's so many little things that it's just like you can't get into if you don't have one of them or the other.
That's why you keep Nick around. Like he literally does everything. Like I haven't run into a single computer he couldn't hack.
He's good with combat too. Well, I have before. I've had master terminals. Some of them he'll hack and some of them he won't. It's weird. Like he'll always try, but then like there's like a 50-50 chance he'll go through his whole like little
He's like, oh, this one's tough.
This one's tough. And then sometimes he'll be like, yeah, I got it. Or sometimes he'll be like, sorry, kid, this one's too much for me. And then he'll like, after he does that once, he won't be able to do it again.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't run into that yet, but I have had him bug out on me several times. So like the game is not without its flaws on like that, especially with the next gen update. Like there's a bug that will destroy your whole game. Then luckily I had a save like that I could go back. It's the pigs can fly one.
Yeah,
do not do that.
I already did it. I said fuck it and I did it and it didn't fuck up my game.
Okay, good. It fucked up mine so bad. Like
it's a shame because it's a cool quest. There's like you get a fucking fat man with a piggy that like shoots piggy banks out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like but on mine you couldn't even see the gun. Like it was invisible, and so like all the next gen weapons don't exist in my game on that. Like once you do that mission, they all just disappear. It's like the textures and stuff go away, and then when you shoot, every bullet is a giant exclamation point, like a big red, like textures missing exclamation point that just flies out.
That's
and it blocks the whole fucking game. Like, so luckily I had a save from like 10 minutes prior.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, because I was about to quit. But like, but yeah, so other than that, and then also like, you know, random Valentine bugs, like where there was a part where I'm like fighting through this like, you know, super difficult area. Like I hadn't run into anything difficult for a while because I was just like OP, and I finally ran into this difficult fucking mission, and he gets into this position where he gets like downed or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just sat there, like even after I killed him, he just started like scooting on the ground, like falling like a dog rubbing his butthole on the ground, like on the carpet.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and he wouldn't get up, and there was nothing I could do, so I had to do that whole mission by myself without him helping, and I couldn't trade with him or anything like that. And then
Did he eventually get up?
not until I left. Like I had to go and I had to tell him to leave and go back to the Red Rocket place, and then go meet him at Red Rocket for him to be normal again.
That's fucking hilarious.
It was so annoying. I hate when that shit happens because it only happens when I'm in the middle of something I really need him for. It always is. Or whenever I try to look at him to be like, hey, let's trade, like the prompt will just disappear, and I'll like have to look around a couple times, and then finally it'll pop up and I'll hit it, but it disappears right before I hit it.
I haven't had any of those
like,
bugs,
oh my
fortunately.
gosh. But you're on PC. I'm on.
No, I'm on PlayStation 5.
Oh, PS5. Yeah, dude, it's like the hit marker for getting, like, if you're too close to him, the prompt doesn't appear. If you're like just a little too far back, prompt doesn't appear.
The only thing he does in my game is like sometimes when you're talking to him, he'll just like kind of wander off, but like
yes, oh
like,
my gosh,
like the
I hate
fucking
that
like
shit.
the speech options will still be there, and the camera will still be like fixated on where he was.
Yeah.
he'll just like like,
walk
get
off.
bored and just like fucking wander off, you know?
Yeah, but it's not just with him. Like anybody
Yeah.
I need to talk to, like sometimes the prompt won't even come up. Like even though they're the quest person, like that I
Yeah.
need to talk to, and like I'll have to do it like 4 or 5 times, and finally my guy will go, and they'll be like, oh, hi, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
I had a weird bug the other day. I had that gun that I was talking about that shoots, like, the laser beams or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I, like, shot a laser beam, and then I pushed the Pip-Boy button, so, like, I
Oh,
pulled the
no.
Pip-Boy button up, and the laser beam is still, like, shot out, right? And then I, like, walked away from my game for, like, you know, an hour, like, and he's just sitting there with the Pip-Boy, like, you know, looking at it and, like, doing the Pip-Boy thing, and then eventually I came back and, like, put the game back on, and like I turned the Pip-Boy off, and like the laser beam just like stayed in the fucking air, like it just didn't go away. Like
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of crazy shit like that. Like there's one fucking part of the game where, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember because I was specifically going to talk about this. Oh my god, it was so annoying too, and I can't remember now. And I was like, it was another one that almost made me quit because it just fucked my whole game. Like now, literally, I'm glad that it's saving. Like I save after everything, like literally anything. Like if I go and transfer all my junk, I save it. If I fast travel, I save it. I don't care if there's a little save there before, like because you can
I save
lose
all
your
the time, yeah.
You can lose like 2 hours worth of gameplay.
Especially when I come to like a new location, because I know like fucking like 10 death claws are about to jump out of the ground. Like when you're doing the thing that I'm doing, where you're like walking around the outskirts of the map, anytime you find a location, you know it's like certain death there,
Covered
you know what I
in
mean?
death claws, yeah, or like radiated death
Oh,
claws,
yeah, or like a fucking Mirelurk queen or some shit. Like,
yeah. It just got big lips and like.
have you fought Swan yet?
Yeah, dude, I killed the fuck out of Swan.
Hell yeah.
No, but
He's one of my favorite little, like, they have, like,
Yeah, reading
tons
his
of
little
mini
notes and
bosses
stuff.
throughout the game like that. Like, fucking.
Did you read his little letters and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Like, where he's just like, I started taking, this experimental, serum or whatever, and he's like, my muscle mass has gained 3 times, and then like, eventually his letters are just like Swan, like it doesn't even, and then like you like see this like giant like pond or whatever, and just in the middle there's like this mound, and if you go near it, it just like it's like a fucking super mutant.
I remember Swan.
Yeah, did you do the mission right there that leads to the old church or whatever?
I didn't do that one. I kind of got sidetracked by the Hubris Comics shit over there afterwards. Like,
Yeah, I'm stuck
it's all
on
in that same area. There's a ton of shit in that like little block
that
right
little
there.
circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm on that old North Church one that's right there where you go to the railroad or whatever, where they're trying to save all the synths or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm like deep down in the rabbit hole on that one. So
Hey, let me read real quick the comments
yeah,
we got
yeah.
earlier about the Fallout stuff.
let's do it.
It's
Such a
bit.
good game, man.
It is so good.
So Darksage was saying, I will say this about Fallout as an outsider who never got into the series. I respect it for what it is. Fallout 3 and 4 were, from what I saw, great games that threw a lot of lore story at you. I feel, though, what Bethesda should do in the future is expand the lore more of some factions like the Brotherhood of Steel and give your Vault Dweller more of a reason to be good or evil. Sometimes I feel like Fallout falls flat at giving off the perception of good and evil choices. Kind of railroads you into being good for the story. I definitely agree with that on 4.
I don't know.
More
I
so
think
than the others.
I have to kind of like respectfully disagree. I think that Fallout kind of finds its footing in the moral gray of life. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, where you're not either good nor bad. You're kind of just a
Yeah.
guy in the apocalypse. It's kind of like even in the show with
Yeah.
the main character where she's good, but she's only as good as she can be in the
this-
post-apocalyptic, world. Because she's
Yeah.
like, you killed that guy. And it's like, oh, so you can see, which actually is a line from Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Like literally a guy says that to you. If you, I can't remember who it was that's in Fallout 76. The bartender guy, or the ghoul that like gives you the tapes at the beginning, he kills the guy that comes in to he's like, where's the treasure or whatever, and like he shoots the guy, and like if you go up to him and you're like, hey, you killed that guy, and he's like, wow, he's like, well, I'm glad you can still see, which is straight out of Fallout, the TV show says that exact line. But anyways, go ahead.
But not, yeah. I mean, like, I see where you're saying. But another thing about Fallout is, like, you can be kind of as bad as you want to be. Like, that's kind of the beauty of...
I think it means story-wise. It doesn't affect the story in the way that, like if you're
It can
evil.
definitely affect the story. You can kill central characters and end whole storylines that aren't you can't even do anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but I think he means, like, you're not going to be, like, viewed or terror... Like the people...
So Caesar's Legion isn't an evil choice. You know what I mean? So fucking siding with Mr. House isn't an evil choice. So well, those are all New Vegas options, actually.
Yeah.
So, I mean, New Vegas did do good at giving
But that was
you,
a
like,
different...
evil, like, story paths to go down. But at the same
that
time...
was Obsidian, so
Yeah.
like, I think
Well,
he's
look
talking
at-
about 3
we're
and
just
4.
talking about the Fallout in a whole.
Yeah, well, I mean, also, if you look at Fallout 4 on the whole, you know what I mean? The
On the whole.
you know what I mean? Brotherhood of Steel might not be like the evil path, you know what
The
I
Synths
mean?
It is
would-
kinda
the
evil.
Synths would be kind of the evil path.
I would say Institute is definitely pushing an evil agenda-ish, you know what I mean?
I think everybody has some dark sides in it.
I think the truly most evil route in Fallout 4,
Preston Garvey.
I don't know, man. Honestly, it's tough. Enclave has got some evil shit going on, I feel like.
I thought the Institute basically was the Enclave.
No.
Wait, who?
No.
I thought the Institute was basically the Enclave, or what was
I
left
don't
of the
know.
Enclave.
I think Enclave is like because Fallout 3 has the Enclave in it.
Yeah, a lot
right?
more of the Enclave than 4 and New
There's a
Vegas.
lot of the Enclave in
Fallout-
4. I've been killing the fuck out of those guys.
Enclave is basically like what's left of the American government, and Brotherhood Steel is like what's replacing the American government. I think. Call me
Yeah, or
crazy,
like
but then
the
you also
milita-
have the New California Republic, which is like its own form of government. That's like. It's a whole thing. There's
Yeah.
a whole lot of different like
Yeah,
factions
Enclave
like,
was
fighting
like-
for power. You know what I mean? Like
Enclave was like the secret government programs and shit.
Enclave was
I feel
run
like
by
Brotherhood-
President Eden, who's like a central bad guy in Fallout.
I think
3.
Vault-Tech's the true evil here. Like, I don't think really anything outside of... I think
But you
everything
don't really have an option to like
be a
be a
Vault-Tech.
Vault-Tech guy.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I think that's really the only true evil in the game, besides, like, random characters you run into that
Yeah.
can be evil. I think the
Fallout 4 does a good job of like leading you to think something's evil and then like twisting the way you view it once you get there. You know, like Kellogg, for example. Like obviously Kellogg's the evil dude, you know what I mean? But like, you know, by the time you actually kill him, it's just kind of like, all right.
I don't know. Eddie was straight evil. Like the guy that Valentine like has memories of him like killing his wife or whatever.
Yeah.
That guy's straight psychopath. Like he's even like leaving like, you know, his holotapes for his wife at the time, like Eddie's wife, like before the bomb goes off. And he's like, hey, he's like, you know, he's like, I've been doing this serum or whatever. He's like, you know, he's like, my skin doesn't look that great anymore, but he's like, I'm gonna live forever. He's like, you might die, but you know, let's not focus on the negatives. You know, he's like, we'll be together in the vault, you know, for however long. He's like, and then I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna rule the world after, you know. And he's like, oh, by the way, you know, I had to put the screws to your brothers or whatever. Like he's basically just telling his wife, like, I killed your brothers. Also, I'm gonna live forever. You probably won't, but that's all good. You know, like I'll get to and then whenever, you know, Valentine confronts him, you know, he's like, you killed my. He's like, no. He's like, I killed the Valentine's wife. And he's like, and I wouldn't have done it if he wouldn't have put his nose where he shouldn't have. You know, he's like, fucking do good cop, blah blah blah. Like, you know, he's just an evil dude, like straight up. You know,
for
so
sure.
There's evil guys in the game.
Yeah, or that guy. Have you done the quest where you like the guy convinces you to join the cult and then tries to like rob you? Like,
no, I haven't done that one.
It's great. But yeah, he's pretty fucking evil too.
Or the guy who gives you a charge card. I don't know what's going on with that. Have you got that? Yeah.
No, I haven't got a charge card.
I was just walking around, like doing what you were talking about, like just wandering, like, and I came to this place pretty far out. I was looking for the holotapes for Eddie or whatever, and there was just random dude just walking around like out in the middle of nowhere, and he was like, hey, I forgot what he said, but basically he goes, I'm trying to start this new thing. He's like, it's basically where we do away with caps. We're going to be using a card from now on, like a credit card, basically. And he's like, you can buy this charge card for 100 caps or whatever. And
Did you buy it?
Yeah, I bought it. Because I was like,
just shot him for it.
I had so many. No, because you have to go back to him to get more. So like, I was like, you know, and I was like, I wonder if this is going to be something like maybe this is something I'll end up using.
Jamel, you became a part of a pyramid scheme.
I know. and like as soon as I bought it from him, I guess like you have to spend it before you can get more or whatever. But like he's like, you can use it at any of the local shops, you know, and it'll work at like credits or caps or whatever. And so like I bought it from him. He's like, okay, awesome. And he's standing there, and I like went back up, and he's like, hey, no refunds though, you know, like. And so I was like, I wonder if. Like, but
have you tried to use it yet?
No, because I don't even remember where I got it from. Because I was looking for the holotapes. I was just like, I'll come back to this later, and I fucking forgot about it. And it didn't start a quest or anything. He just sold me a charge card. I need to go and look at the item like in my miscellaneous.
Try to sell it at like a a shop.
He said you could buy stuff with it, you know. So I was like, all right, I'll try that. Or like, have you found the like overdue book place where you can?
Yeah. They're all over the place.
Yeah,
the overdue book things.
Yeah, you just put your overdue book. What do you do with all the burnt magazines? What the fuck is that?
Nothing.
No, there's got to be something.
You could probably put them in a magazine rack if you wanted to.
No, because they don't go to junk; they go to miscellaneous. There's got to be something.
That's what I'm saying. You could probably get the magazine rack from that you can build and like fill it with magazines. But like, you know, I think it's meant to be filled with the good magazines you find. You know what I mean? Kind of like the bobblehead display you can put in your house, where you can put all your bobbleheads up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see like just to be sure. The magazines are not used for anything, but can be sold to a merchant. They have a weight of 0 and a value of 1 cap. So it's because they have no weight. So like you just get a cap. This is stupid.
Stupid.
I bet you could still put them on the display if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could.
Just add them to your base.
I just thought it was weird because there's like Manta Man
fill up
ones,
a bathtub
Grognak.
with them shits. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but oh fuck. I already forgot. Anyways, I also, you know, I was trying to get Hans to play, or like Hans wanted to play a game. I'm done with Warzone for right now because I couldn't even get my shaders to install on this new update. Like literally sat there for like an hour and the shaders didn't even start. I've restarted it like 3 times. I'm not uninstalling the game and then doing all that bullshit. So I was like, dude, we should try Fallout 76. You know, so we hopped in there and It's pretty cool. I like Fallout
Yeah,
76
Matt's
now.
been trying to get me to play it. It's a pretty fun game. You know what I mean? The community's good. I feel like
It's-
everybody I run into is pretty cool. You know what I mean?
It seems like Fallout 4 just online.
My problem, I mean, there's less like, stuff, you know what I mean? Like, and less like interactive stuff to find and do, you know what I mean? But there's still a lot going on. And there's still a lot of cool places to explore, and the music's great, and the graphics are good. And I have a lot of fun with Fallout 76, especially if you have a friend to play with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems like they've changed a lot of that though. It seems like there is a lot of stuff to do. Or at least whenever I went in.
I feel like there's a lot, but I mean, when you put it like side by side with Fallout 4,
Oh, yeah,
to
of
me,
course.
it doesn't feel like as much.
Yeah,
As,
yeah.
as like, intricate. No matter how much they've added, because they have added a lot. The Settlers expansion, where they added the NPCs and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
really changed the whole vibe of the game. And I liked the game before they did that. You
I
know
just
what
can't
I mean?
believe it. They launched without any NPCs.
Well, they had an excuse. It was the first vault to open, Vault 76. So there's nobody out there.
Wait, so this is 76 is supposed to take place directly after?
Yeah,
the
it's
bombs?
the first
Yeah.
vault
Okay.
to open.
It is way too damn lush of an environment to be like right.
No, it's not right
post-bomb.
after. It's right after it's
How far
okay
af-
to come out.
How far after the bomb? Well, yeah. Well, even
Like
still,
hundreds of years, I
Even
think.
well, no, because the latest Fallout I think is New Vegas, or the show takes place like 250 years I think past the bombs.
76 takes place like fucking like 80 years after the
Yeah,
bombs
it's
or
like the
something.
soonest. Yeah, 76 is the soonest after the bombs
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah,
But, like-
2102. So like in the
They dropped in 2075
yeah 2075. So that's not even
or
80.
2070.
Yeah, okay, so it's not even that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, which drives my point even further. I think the environments are way too.
I'm pretty sure it was
lush.
2077, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, because
2075 or 20.
Either way, you know what I mean? It's
that's only 20 something years.
I'm not really reading too much into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I
We
know.
probably have fucking like nuclear winter going
Oh,
on
it does
if that
say-
was fucking real, you know what I
It-
mean? Like
It says Fallout 76 begins on October 23rd, 2102, or Reclamation Day as it's known, 25 years after the bombs fell during the Great War. Fallout 76 is the earliest game in the series, with Howard even calling it a prequel to the other games.
Yeah.
But why were they allowed to come out that quick?
because it's Reclamation Day. Like, the whole point of like the Vault mission, they talk about this in the show, is that like you're supposed to like wait out the nuclear fallout and then come out on Reclamation Day and then like take back the fucking world. But that's why in the show they had the whole like fucking place that was bombed or whatever, because they already had come out for Reclamation Day and like it was a whole thing in the.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, why 25 years? Is that how long the bombs were supposed to be, like, dangerous? I guess?
Probably something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or maybe just the first. It might have been just the first test wave. I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe.
yeah. But,
But yeah.
anyways.
Yeah. Y'all
So,
play,
yeah, Fallout.
Y'all play anything else?
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
did not.
Oh
I've
yeah.
had
I did play one other thing. I forgot. Jedi Survivor. It's
Oh hell
pretty
yeah.
good.
The first one?
No.
Oh, no.
That's the
Second one.
Yeah, because the first one's absolute garbage on PC.
Oh, damn.
So, but the second one's been playing really good. But now that I'm hooked on this other shit,
Nice.
it'll be a bit before I return.
Well, I was playing Final Fantasy VII back in the day, but then Fallout just kind of stripped my attention away from that. And then I have been playing I still don't know how to say it. Beltaro or whatever.
Bolatar.
Well, I've almost beat it on the hardest difficulty. Like every time you beat the game, it gives you like a harder difficulty
Yeah.
to try it on, and like it increases like the color of the chip. I'm on gold chip difficulty right now, which is the hardest difficulty, and I'm like almost about to beat it. So I'm like really, I'll feel like I can stop playing the game once I've fucking beaten that difficulty.
It sounds like your new Hades to me, like the way that you're playing it.
Well, get this. I might have to stop playing because
'Cause
my new
Hades 2.
Hades is fucking Hades 2, and I've
Yeah.
got it, and I've been playing it, and it's fantastic.
I didn't
Nice.
realize it was out.
It's
It's
out in
early
early
access.
access, but it's intensely detailed for an early access game. The original Hades was in early access for a long time. Hades 1 was one of those games like fucking,
Like Minecraft.
like Minecraft or something, where it was in early access like well past the point where it was like a finished game, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? This is a similar thing. They've got one weapon that's not in the game yet, and they have another area plan that they're going to add later in the game. So this one actually does have a little bit left to add into it, but so far, it's just as good as the original Hades. The art direction is fantastic. The fucking gameplay is fantastic. It's super fucking beautiful looking and fun, and like I can't wait to get more hands on with it. I've only played for like an hour because I found it and bought it like right before the show. You know what I mean? And then the other thing I've been playing is Madison VR. Have y'all heard about this?
No.
Have you heard about Madison in general?
No.
Okay, so Madison is a game that came out about 3 or 4 years ago. Super fucking scary, like just haunted house like game. You know what I mean? But now they've got it in VR, and I got it on PSVR 2. And I am so happy to have a fucking reason to play with my PSVR 2 again, first of all. Second of all, it's the perfect game for PSVR 2. There are points where it gets, like, pitch black.
Yeah,
like
and having that OLED. Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
No,
and like,
fuck that.
But also, the game is one of the few games on the PSVR. First of all, a lot of games on PSVR 2 use, like, shoot for 60 frames per second and then reproject to 120 frames per second. And you get this weird ghosting effect, and it looks terrible.
Yeah.
This game is shooting for native 90 frames per second, so there's no weird reprojection, no fucking any of that shit. It's got foveated rendering and eye tracking mixing together, so like it uses the like the foveated rendering to like wherever you're looking is like super sharp and detailed, and then the edge of your like peripheral vision is so you never notice it, but it's like super like photorealistic detailed, like, and then you got the crazy like head vibrations and shit. Like it's horrifying, dude. Like it is the scariest VR game I think I've ever played.
What is the premise of it? Like,
so it's basically like okay, it starts out and you're like this guy, like this kid, right? And it starts you in this room, and like your dad or somebody is like banging on the door, and he's like, "Let me in, let me in, let me in!" And like the game starts with you like getting a hammer and like beating through like a hole in the wall so you can, and like getting away from your dad who's like trying to like kill you. And then you find out later that your dad is like trying to kill you because you're like possessed by a demon or some shit, and like there's this like demon like stalking you around this fucking terrifying like haunted house
What's
scenario.
the demon look like?
The demon is this girl that's attached to a fucking like Polaroid camera you've got.
Oh, okay, so we're going Fatal Frame with it.
Kind of, yeah, but like it's like a little bit Fatal Frame, a little bit like what's that movie?
The Grudge.
Oh no, it's another camera movie, but it's
Sinister.
Well, it's got a little Sinister in there too. It's fucking terrifying. But like basically like there are points where you're like in the pitch black and you're like taking pictures, and like the flash from your camera is the only light you have.
No,
you know what I mean?
Man, no,
it's like Outlast and
I was just about to say Outlast, dude. That's what killed me with Outlast. Was like when you were in pitch black, you're gonna only see through your fucking gritty camera, like.
It's so well done.
That in VR
there's a little bit of VR jank. Like sometimes your hand will get stuck
Shudder.
on something, or yes,
that's
Shudder.
What you're talking
that's
about,
the one
yeah.
I was thinking of. It's a little bit of VR jank. Like sometimes your hand will get stuck in something. Sometimes it's hard to like push a button on something like for no reason. But like what's there is so fucking scary, dude. Like I highly recommend it. Like especially with your new graphics card. If you want something for like Halloween that's gonna make everybody like shit their fucking pants. This is the perfect game. The pacing.
Yeah, our apartment smells terrible.
The pacing is really good in it too, so it doesn't take like too long to get to the scares. I'd say after like 30, 45 minutes, it's like nonstop fucking just heart-stopping fucking terrifyingness.
Dude,
like,
VR horror is a whole nother level of horror now.
And it's one of those where you like know something's gonna happen and it still makes you shit yourself. Like, like you'll be like walking around a corner, you're like, there's about to be a face pop out at me or something, and then the face pops out at you, and it's still fucking terrifying. It's like you saw it coming, and it's still fucking scary. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, the haptic feedback's in the helm or in the headset, dude. Like that's gotta add.
It really makes a difference. Yeah. There's a lot of like elements to the PSVR 2 that are really nice and like fucking
just perfect for horror VR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, that's what I've been playing. I've had a great week with games.
Nice. That's good to hear.
Nice. So
maybe it'll get better with Warzone VR. Contract.
Showdown.
Contract.
Dude, it's look. I'm telling
you. Make sure you
y'all,
download Contract or Showdown and not Contract. I have them both.
Yeah, Contractor Showdown.
Okay.
Dude, it's fantastic. I can't Like, and especially for having just released like not even a week ago.
Oh, we're going in when I get home. I'm
Dude,
excited.
yeah, I'll take you boys to a dub.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Let's get through this
Now I'ma
news so
go
we can get on some
hard.
showdown.
Yeah, let's so just so you guys know, we're using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're simply giving commentary on these articles. So I think we should start off with a big one hit, and the big one that I think it's probably the biggest thing that we've got is that Xbox has announced a games showcase for next month. So it's a E3-esque Xbox Games Showcase for June 9th, 2024, with announcements from Xbox Game Studios, Activision Blizzard, and Bethesda, all promised. Revealed on Xbox Wire, the showcase will take place at 10 a.m. Pacific, though Microsoft didn't say how long it would last. It did share a redacted teaser image for what appears to be the next Call of Duty, however, which will have a dedicated direct immediately after the Xbox Games Showcase. 2024's Call of Duty game is reportedly Black Ops Gulf War, with Treyarch leading development. Microsoft certainly appears confident in the content it's showing off in the additional direct, comparing it to last year's Starfield Direct, which gave a deep dive into Bethesda's sci-fi role-playing game, which arrived in September. Call of Duty announcements usually take place in the summer, and Xbox promising Activision Blizzard announcements would line up perfectly. What's more, according to Call of Duty fan page Charlie Intel, the three wolf heads image featured in the announcement matches files found in 2023's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. But then as for what might appear in the main showcase, Starfield's Shattered Space expansion, which was just revealed to arrive fall 2024, is a likely candidate. Xbox has Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and then a highly anticipated Fable game. So
What do you think they're going to do with the Shattered Universe thing with Starfield? Do you think it's going to add more stuff onto different planets, or like, what do you think they're going to do?
Hopefully, all of the above.
Yeah,
I think the main thing is going to be
story.
more interaction with the. What are the Ascended ones called? Whatever it's been so long.
yeah, I don't remember.
The Starborn.
Starborn. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna have a story dealing more with the Starborn. There's gonna be some conflict or something.
Yeah, Starborn also. Apparently, like, we should probably just talk about the update that they did real quick, just to knock that out. But since we're talking about it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that in my news too.
yeah, if you want to pull it up, because I don't know where I put my. Oh wait, never mind, I got it. We're good.
Wow, I'm already there.
Okay, go ahead.
No,
No.
you got
Okay,
it.
Starfield is set for a significant update in May so this month that adds a number of highly requested features to the space game. I like how they call it a space game.
The space.
The
Space game.
So like,
It
but
is a space game.
the update, currently in Steam beta, before going live for all players on May 15th, finally adds detailed surface maps in the patch notes. Bethesda acknowledged players have called for improved maps ever since Starfield came out in September last year. We've heard your feedback, and we've made some big improvements to surface maps, so you'll always know just where to go and no longer get lost on the way to your parents' place.
That's good.
Yeah, because, dude, there was no
They're
maps.
bad.
No,
Yeah.
no.
There literally was
Literally
no map.
just a blank fucking.
with icons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And so you'll have that, and it says elsewhere there are new difficulty options in the settings menu, the addition of ship decoration to the interior of ships, and added display settings for Xbox Series X to prioritize visuals or performance. This adds the ability to run Starfield at 60 frames per second on Xbox Series X only, not on Series S.
It's a good update. I'm glad that the Series X players can finally fucking play that shit at a decent frame rate. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. But basically, let's see what
That's
else.
another one you can use frame generation on now. Starfield. That's fucking.
So that was another game that I tried to boot up, and this is before the update that just came out. But I tried to boot it up, and it completely locked up my computer.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look back. I checked. Like, it's on one of my
Your drivers
SSDs.
updated stuff.
My GeForce drive. Yeah, because it's a
Yeah.
brand new graphics card I slapped in there. I don't know. It might be something. Maybe the game wasn't properly updated, but it half-ass launched and then it just froze my computer up, and I was like,
Weird.
That's cool. Like, went on to the next thing. Like,
They fixed like a bunch of like this is the list of all the fucking bugs they fixed in this update. So there's a shit ton, but nothing like crazy like changing to the story or anything like that. They're just fixing the maps, and apparently they're adding vehicles, like land vehicles, to the game,
Oh, that's cool.
which is all right, I guess, for like whenever you're exploring these big empty planets.
Yeah, honestly, it would have made the planet exploration way better if you had like a Mass Effect style fucking like
Vehicle.
rover to.
That's what
fuck
it
around.
looks like, kind of like.
'Cause that shit is unbearable walking from point to point on those fucking empty planets. Like,
yeah, like
ugh.
abandoned stations and shit. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
But Shattered Expansion is supposed to come this September. It looks like we got something.
shit, we did-
Is
I
that
think-
from I'm kind of blind, but I'm pretty sure that's from Willie. Could be Willie. I don't know.
From Wasteland Williams.
What's
I
up?
hope it goes back to Black Ops 3 gameplay. Talking about the COD.
Oh yeah, dude. Like honestly, I feel like this will probably be the best like Call of Duty in years. This one coming up here, just because it's Treyarch and it's Black Ops. Like
I don't know, man. The
I do
last
like
the last one we
Treyarch.
saw from Treyarch was very
What, Black
like,
Ops 4?
no, it was,
it
Cold War. Was
I
just,
like Cold
Yeah.
War.
yeah, but it was also Cold War. It's like it wasn't Black Ops. It's like they're their best when
It
they're
was,
it
doing.
was
though.
Black Ops.
Was it Black
Cold
Ops?
War.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're fucking
This
right.
one's
Yeah.
Black Ops.
I'm mixing it
Gulf
up with
War
Trey-
or something.
Infinity Ward's fucking pulling out way ahead now, man. Treyarch needs to do something
I
big.
still like Treyarch. I think because I'm a
yeah.
zombies guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And nobody fucks with Treyarch zombies. Like you know what I mean?
That would be tight if they brought back like OG zombies.
I'll tell you
like-
the closest thing that ever came to the zombies was when they didn't do zombies at all and did aliens.
Yeah, the alien one was fun.
In Call of Duty Ghosts, I think.
It was like Invasion or something. What was
Yeah.
that one called?
Yeah, that I think it was Invasion.
didn't
Yeah,
even-
that
yeah,
shit
I
was
didn't play
so
Ghosts.
fun, man. Like I spent hours and hours
It was just
playing that.
it was basically zombies but with aliens.
Yeah, and it had like different shit though. Like
I don't know
it
if that was
like,
Treyarch. Ghosts?
It wasn't Treyarch. That
Yeah.
was
Oh, okay.
that was Infinity Ward, I think.
Yeah. No, it was the other one.
No, yeah,
Sledge.
no, it wasn't Sledgehammer.
Are you sure?
It was Ghost, and I think this is the only time Infinity Ward's done a zombies type thing, and they did a really good job with it.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't do that one
Sledgehammer
again.
always does the zombies also, but their zombies kind of sucks. Like
Their whole game sucks.
they're like
every
Infinite
time.
Warfare zombies was terrible. Fucking
Advanced Warfare was fun.
it was fun, but it wasn't like on the same level as like Treyarch zombies. Cold War had good zombies. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's the thing. Treyarch, like I honestly don't think Treyarch ever fucks
Oh
up.
yeah, Infinity Ward did do Ghosts
yeah,
and the aliens instead of.
yeah.
That was fun. I remember playing that one a lot.
It was really cool. Yeah.
I had gotten the PS4 at that time, and then I got Ghosts, and was very disappointed how it still looked like old, just shit. Like there was no up. It was made for the older consoles, not the newer ones.
See, it was one of the first games I got on the Xbox One back in the day. Like when
Same.
I got it like launch with the fucking Xbox One, and I remember being so like, ooh, maybe I was just like a kid being all excited about my new shit, but like,
Dude,
you know,
we were not kids when the Xbox One came
No,
out.
no, we were in.
you know,
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't that
Dude,
crazy?
I
Like-
remember it. I remember like buying it from Cody Goolsby when he was back at GameStop. Fucking going home, playing it for like 40 minutes, and then taking it straight back and be like, Cody, please let me return this. This is ass.
You'd have been 21 when the Xbox One came out.
wow. Well, I remember being impressed by Ghost. Like I remember
Same.
thinking, wow, this looks great. You know what I mean?
I had the complete opposite.
Oh, dude, I just didn't give a like anything on Xbox One at that point just blew my mind. Like
Yeah.
even Evolve, I was like, oh, dude.
Evolve looked pretty.
Fucking
No, Evolve looked good for
Evolve,
its
bro.
time.
I was so upset by how boring that game was because I went in like I was like, dude, this is gonna change. The
That's how I
world.
felt about Thief.
Yeah.
Like I played the shit out of Thief just because it was pretty at the time,
Yep.
but it was like
Dude, I was
trash
playing.
game.
Yeah,
Like,
but I got the Wii U around like probably like a year later, and like I was when Titanfall came out, dude. Oh my god,
Titanfall was the shit.
yeah, dude.
I wanted
Titanfall
an
was
Xbox
so
One
dope.
so bad when that game came
Yeah,
out.
I was playing the shit out of that game.
definitely. Anyways, what y'all got?
Let me see. Dude, okay, so they fucking somebody or Sony kicked the fucking beehive that is Helldivers players this week.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw
I
that.
seen that.
Fuck
Yeah.
it, dude. Yeah, if any
This was
if
the
there-
true rap beef.
If there was any fucking gamer community to not piss off, like It's the Helldivers one. They all work in unison. They're one fucking
They're a
democratic
hive.
machine. Yeah, it's a hive mind mentality. So Sony decided like, hey, we're going to require everyone to have a PSN sign-in, even if you're on PC, like playing it through Steam. Then everybody's like, oh, what's the big fucking idea? I was kind of on that same page, like, oh, what's the big fucking idea? Not knowing that there's like
20 countries or something like that.
some large number of countries that have zero access to PSN
Unless you have a console.
Yeah, and then there's some cases where you could have access if you had a console. Some cases where it's just
So those
no
people
access
are just
whatsoever.
locked out of the game.
Even if they bought it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
even
like
if they
it's
bought it,
over.
yeah.
Like you just couldn't
So-
play the game
Wow,
anymore.
bro, that's
So
fucked up.
the
You think
whole-
PlayStation didn't like? Why didn't they think about that?
They did. They just told everybody, "Fuck y'all," because we want you to have PSN accounts. Like, and
Yeah,
if you
'cause
can't
Sony-
have it,
So
then you
those
can't
people
play.
can't just go online and make a PSN
Well,
account.
No, like in certain countries,
It's region locked.
It's region locked, and you can only do it through
Yep.
console.
Dang,
But
get that VPN.
they got all pissed off. So
the whole Helldivers community, how they do anything in that game is all in one fashion. They fucking review bombed the shit out of Helldivers across the board, like
just
Steam,
trashed
anywhere
it.
that they could put a review down, they bombed it. Which I guess it's only Steam and
dude,
PlayStation,
and
but-
they got like something like there was like 120,000 refund requests or
Yes,
something
dude.
like on the game.
Dude,
Like
it was
Dang.
insane, and within 3 days, Sony backpedaled and said, "All right, we're not doing it." And
Well,
then like
that
the
should be
Arrowhead,
illegal. I mean, you should have to drop it like that. You can't just
Yeah,
you shouldn't be able to
exactly.
like retroactively
Yeah.
put some sort of fucking like
it's like
Requirement.
going forward, if
Yeah.
you buy this game, you'll have to do it. But if you already own it, you're good. But that's the thing is like apparently
even that seems a little fucking like
Fucked off,
like-
yeah.
Yeah, like just like if you launch it like that or don't do it like that at all.
Yeah.
You know
what
I mean?
this is the equivalent of like whenever you go into a store and they're like, if if you give us your email address for our rewards, thing, then you'll get like 15% off or whatever, and like it's basically that except for forced on you. Like it's like you have to do
There's
this.
no reward
Yeah,
and it's all
Yeah,
punishment.
you can't buy you can't buy the shirt unless you give us your email address. Like
Glad
basically
they're getting pushback on this though, because this is obviously Sony testing to see if they can get away with this
Yeah.
in future
Well,
games.
and
You know
it's-
what I mean? Like,
Oh, dude!
Sony,
Apparently,
dude.
Steam was like, even like, no, fuck y'all.
well,
like,
that's the real person who's getting victimized here is Steam. If they have to issue 120,000 fucking refunds,
no,
for
no,
this
no.
fucking shit?
They did it on like Steam. Normally, they have a 2-hour like cutoff for refunds. They were like, if you
I
ask
was
for a
gonna say, this
refund,
is
we'll give it
different,
to
though.
you.
You know, you got to
Yeah.
think about like
Yeah.
the way they're being impacted here because it's unfair for them to not refund these people who can't
Yep.
play their game.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
no, and so they put out Steam before Sony backpedaled on the decision. Steam put out a statement saying, "Yeah, like if you're in the affected regions, we will absolutely refund."
You,
That's
yeah.
cool of Steam. Steam's
So,
always
yeah.
been a player first community. I've had a lot of good like
Yeah.
instances where
Yeah, but
Steam is like
Fuck
refunding my
Sony,
shit.
dude. Like that was some bullshit.
Yeah.
But they backpedaled. Fucking the entire Helldivers community.
I gotta
just went
say,
up in arms.
I gotta say, this is the perfect time for Phil to come out with his, Euphoria, fucking track. He's got to drop that shit soon while
What
the
would that be like a Helldivers
shit-
3? Like fucking
No,
like,
no, just
No,
talk.
just
No,
shitting on
his track
Sony.
list. Like he's
Or
got to
just-
drop a new fucking disc. Like on Sony.
Yeah,
just
but how do we? What's the
he
video?
just comes
game
out talking
equivalent of-
shit, dude. Like he's just got to come out and just be like, y'all fucking suck, dude. Like over on Xbox, we'd never do that shit to you. Like that's why on Game Pass you got access to your games on PC and console, no matter
Dude,
what, baby.
Phil Spencer is like the J. Cole of the fucking.
I know he
video
doesn't
game
want.
community.
He's like, I love everybody. I'm sorry to disrespect you, man.
Yeah, it was 177 countries. Sorry.
That's
That's
insane.
nuts,
Yeah.
man. That's so
Yeah.
many countries.
I didn't even know there was that many countries.
That's a lot of countries.
That's like
Uh,
more than there are states in the U.S.
Oh shit! All right. Well, here's some interesting news.
Okay.
It's been 1 year since the release of Redfall on
it's
PC and
been
Xbox
1 year. Sorry.
Series X and S, and there's been no sign of a few extra bits or promised DLC for the game. Users
Good.
over at Reset Era. Well, some people bought a fucking like
$100 pack.
$100.
No, I
fucking
know.
version of this
I'm
game.
just saying, like, I feel like that's one of those things where you just you just get your money back. Like, this is one where it's like, even if they put out some DLC,
It's not gonna
it's
be
not.
good.
You're not gonna play it. Like, even if you paid that 100, just get your money back, dude. Like,
I'm just saying, man, this is one of those things where it's like, if you promise it, you better fucking put it out, no matter how bad that game does.
I don't
dog.
want it. Like,
I don't care if you want it. At this point,
I don't want
you're
it.
gonna eat it. You're gonna like it. Fucking,
I don't want it. Please, no more Redfall.
So speaking
Never again.
Speaking about the Sony Xbox beef, I was reading some comments and like looking into the whole Redfall thing just because I completely forgot about the game, and I saw
Yeah,
a bunch
same.
of conspiracies about how like Redfall was a forced failure to get the fucking Microsoft Activision deal to go through because Sony was pressing them so fucking hard on like the market share and shit that they
I was
just
saying that they make so much money
that
and
they,
all this.
yeah, that they purposely failed the Redfall because Redfall was came out right before the Sony or like the deal went through.
Yeah, and like the court was like, I mean, they're not gonna make that much
I mean,
money. Look at the shitty
look
game.
at this shitty game. Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
That'd be
I
funny,
mean, there's
dude.
no like obviously it's
That'd
all
be they're playing chess over there,
fucking
dude.
dude.
It's
Fucking
possible,
some Shogun
but
shit.
I legitimately think that like Redfall, and like this is gonna sound nuts, but I legitimately think halfway through Redfall they started making fucking Blade because they were like, we could make a better fucking licensed vampire game, you know. And then they did all the good ideas from Redfall and like
Took it to
them and
Blade.
put them in
They just
Blade, you know.
stripped-
What I
But
mean?
they should have
stripped
just
Redfall.
canceled the
Blade is
game.
the DLC that you were gonna get for fucking Redfall.
Dude, yeah, like I have a feeling the Blade game's gonna be awesome. Like
It's gonna be tight, dude. Like I know.
all of their
They
other
got-
games are amazing.
That's
They're-
what I'm saying.
it
They have
makes
to come
no
back
sense
strong
that-
on this one because like they know that they fucked up with Redfall, you know,
That'd be
and
hard.
Deathloop was tight. So it's like they know that like a comeback is possible. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, and nobody blames them. Everybody blamed Xbox. Like it was like Xbox's fault the game came out like that. I'm like, I'm
Supposedly
pretty sure.
it was rushed and shit. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
I feel like
skepticism.
there's definitely a fundamental issue with Redfall. Like there was just
Yeah,
a
it's
lack
just
of
a shitty
planning
game.
and stuff. Yeah, like-
It's like vampires, but like let's not make actual cutscenes. Let's just do like stills, you know?
I
And-
wanted to like it so bad.
Me too. I was so
went
hyped
into
for
it
it.
so optimistic and so like trying to find the good
You
in
did.
it. You know,
You
like
did. We all gave it a try one night. I think that was a
yeah,
good.
we all played it together.
I
yeah.
played it 2 days in a row,
like-
guys.
Yeah,
I played it with y'all for like
I
10
gave
minutes.
it a pretty good chance. I
Me
played it
too.
for like a week, like, and I just couldn't like.
Yeah, it was ass.
Yeah.
It was ass.
Jamal.
Yeah, let me give you all some stuff on it. Since we were talking about Helldivers and Xbox, interesting enough, Arrowhead's PvE squad-based shooter Helldivers 2 is one of the major success stories of 2024, with millions of PS5 and PC gamers opting to don the cape of humanity's finest to defend managed democracy and hold back the tide of bugs and robots seeking to sweep Super Earth away. The game's overwhelming popularity has understandably left some Xbox players with a deep sense of FOMO. With Phil Spencer himself questioning the
I got
wisdom,
Suicide Squad. No, I'm just kidding.
questioning the wisdom.
You're gonna get the Helldivers on us. All right, you need to calm down.
So,
Well, you don't want a 4-player co-op looter shooter?
God. While Arrowhead's hit game doesn't look like it's coming to Microsoft consoles anytime soon, Xbox owners may soon have the opportunity to experience the next best thing, courtesy of the Helljumpers Halo Infinite project, which is currently under development by a team of creators known as the Forge Falcons. As spotted by Windows Central, this Helldivers-esque experience is currently being developed using Halo Infinite's Forge level editor.
So it's a Forge mode.
It's a Forge mode thing that apparently some team is like coming together and they're trying to reenact or like recreate Helldivers 2. It says, which allows the community to create bespoke content, blah, blah, blah. It says the Forge Falcons Helljumpers project looks set to be a PvE experience consisting of 8 semi-scripted engagements during which players will drop into a map and strive to complete a range of main missions and procedurally generated side objectives while facing off against AI enemies, bosses, and dynamic events. Also, we're awarding double points for the name. It says, along the way, the player will be able to call on straight gums, whatever that is, such as
Strategems.
Straight gums.
I thought it was a gun or something.
Got straight gums in this bitch.
on stratagems such as a Mach blast strike, a kinetic airstrike, and orbital laser, similar to those used in Helldivers 2. These, along with your gear, can be upgraded between missions. However, we aren't yet sure exactly how these will be called in, as the Forge UI toolset doesn't allow for the directional code-based input system featured in Helldivers 2. According to the developers, each mission will be progressively harder with every upgrade and objective completed during the campaign, counting towards an as-of-yet undefined in-game experience. Quote, we wanted to make an in-game for Helljumpers so the end isn't just death, but more so an actual end to the experience. That's way more in line with a campaign that feels satisfying, rewarding, and most importantly, fun. Yeah, it sounds like they're just... Like, honestly, it sounds interesting just because I want to see how well they do it.
Yeah.
Like, it would be cool to see. And also, I like the Halo, like, I like the enemies and stuff in Halo, so I'm interested to see.
Let's be real though, it's not gonna be no fucking Helldivers.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
No.
But I want to see how close they get it, like because there is a lot of shit you can do in Forge. So like, it's interesting to see people like get creative with it. So
if you're an Xbox player, I wouldn't worry too much. I'm sure you'll get 13 fucking Helldivers clones in the next, like,
dude, that's unfortunate because like I don't want it to turn into like a battle royale thing where it's just like everybody's trying to make that kind of game. It's like I just
you'll at least get a couple clones, hopefully a couple good ones. I wouldn't mind at least one good like Helldivers, like
just something enough for the Xbox kids.
Yeah, something different. I mean, like you could do like I feel like you could do like Dynasty Warriors with more danger, and it would turn into a kind of a Helldivers-y type thing. You know what I mean? Like make your character more squishy. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm about to say
get some swords. You know what I mean? Like
that's the thing that Halo is going to completely miss on is like the lethality of it.
Yeah,
all.
there's no gore.
Well, no, not just
it's
that.
like the one shot.
Like
you can set that in
you
Halo.
can get lucky and like miss the arm of an alien and like live, or in the other situation where it's 6 inches lower, it's taking your head off. Like that kind of like luck versus like you die super easy type shit. Like, and then
I would assume that they would try to imitate that.
but it's just
I'm
gonna be
sure
guns
they'll do
and
the
shooting
best they
and-
can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like the thing is I don't know who these Forge Falcons are. I haven't looked at any of their
Forge
stuff.
I feel like there's
previously.
only so much you can do with the limitations of Forge mode. Like even if you're the best Forge mode creator, you know what I mean? Like
I don't know. I haven't even looked at anything from Forge on Halo Infinite at all. Like I don't think I've ever just YouTubed a Forge created thing for Halo Infinite. So I don't even know what the limitations are. Like I've never even played with it. So
that's neat. You know?
Is it just like Forge from Halo 3?
It's
or is it like more?
It's kind of like Battlefield 2042, the fucking thing on there where you can like make your own like game modes and shit, and like it's a lot like that.
Okay, like you can't like put stuff into the map and stuff like that.
I think so. I haven't built anything with it. I've just played other people's creations, but it seems like there's like different maps and weird shit that people make. Like I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember like on Halo 3 playing like what was the game with the ball? Fucking.
Oh yeah.
That game was so fun back then. It's like Slam Ball or something. No. Oh my gosh,
dude!
Everybody has the hammers.
As soon as you say it,
like you get the.
Slam Ball sounds right. But,
no, it's something else.
Gravity Ball.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Grav Ball or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
dude.
Cool.
That was fun as fuck. Like I wish people would do shit like that now. Like just create a whole craze based around like just.
Fortnite kind of does that shit. I will say that you got to get into Fortnite. There's all kinds of weird stuff. Like they've got their
little
own
game
like
modes and shit,
like racing and stuff you can do.
Oh, that's cool.
There's all kinds of weird stuff in Fortnite that's fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that was going on. Anyways, what are you looking at?
Sorry, I'm looking up my next article.
Okay. Is it you? Or is it you?
I think it's you.
No, it's me. So somebody has already done. Y'all saw the Manor Lords, right? There's a bunch of hype about that game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an Unreal Engine, right?
Yeah.
Somebody
is it 5 or 4?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know which one it's in, but somebody used UEVR to play
injector.
Manor Lords, in VR, and apparently it translates really, really well. And even the developers commented about how they were impressed with how it looked.
Yeah,
and
a lot of games seem to translate really well. Like there's that one game that just came out, and it's like a horror thing where you're not supposed to talk or something while you play it. And apparently, if you use the UEVR injector on that, it works great. And it's a Unreal 5 game, so like you got like these super detailed Unreal 5 environments, and it's like fucking VR.
Did
And another cool thing about the UE VR injector is like you can use the tools built into the thing to make your fucking hands work with like the game. So if you're playing like Harry Potter, you can like attach the fucking hand to the wand, so like you can like make the little wand move around and shit. Like you still have to push a button to shoot a spell and shit, but you're like aiming with your hand and stuff. It's really neat.
That's dope. And then real quick, the first Batman Arkham game in years is going to be a VR exclusive.
Saw that looks
Ooh.
pretty
That makes
interesting.
sense because they had that Batman Arkham game in VR on PlayStation back in the day, and
It's like a detective game.
yeah, it was like a system seller for the first PlayStation VR.
No
like,
shit.
You know what I mean?
I don't remember ever hearing anything about that.
Well, it wasn't a good game. I mean, it was more of like an experience, but that was back when VR experiences
new.
were like, blowing people's minds still and
Yeah.
shit. Like, it was great for what it was, graphically at least.
It was novel
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah, it was a fun little experience.
Yeah.
So Batman Arkham Shadow is a VR game set for release exclusively on MetaQuest 3 later in 2024.
Ooh, 3.
It's made by the people who did Iron Man VR, so it gives me a lot of hope there, because Iron Man VR was pretty well received. A lot of people liked it.
But yeah, so made by them. Failed to say who voices the Batman in the game.
You do. No, I'm just
They just get Justin Roiland. Batman.
Yeah, so apparently you're gonna go around to be go around being Batman fighting and shit.
That's
So.
gonna be tight. Yeah, I want to fist fight some baddies.
I want them to go back to just having like the fucking like Boston sounding guy just yelling about the bat. It's the bat.
Yeah, it's the bat.
It's the bat.
Oh, guys, the bat.
Yeah, and then you just beat the shit out of them. I want to go back to that. Anyways, it's Brent.
Is it?
That's Brent.
It's Brent.
Oh, okay.
It's Brent Bass.
Get ready.
Yeah, I'm about to say however
Get
you say
ready.
it.
All right. Back in March, Nintendo effectively shut down the popular Switch emulator Yuzu after a judgment concluded that the software was primarily designed to circumvent and play Switch games.
Yeah.
But Nintendo's not done.
No.
A recent mass takedown on GitHub resulted in the removal of 8,535 repositories that contained Yuzu code.
Damn.
The takedown request echoed the arguments that Nintendo used in court, that these reported repositories offered or provided access to Yuzu code. My fucking, I'm pretty sure my fucking Steam Deck still has Yuzu on it, so fuck it, Nintendo. I'm just kidding.
They're coming after you, Brent.
Don't get me.
Their lawyers are like, dude. I imagine their like fucking like team has just got like more shit than the CIA. Like the NSA, dude. They could just listen in on whatever you're doing.
They use AI to just fucking comb the internet for phrases, and they just picked up on our stream.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You're done.
Now we're on a list, with Drake and Epstein.
God.
All right. And it also says Nintendo has never been shy about pursuing legal action against those who allegedly violated its copyrights. In fact, the 3DS emulator Citra was also de facto shut down by the Yuzu judgment, which is a bummer because Citra is a pretty cool fucking thing. As it's made by the same developers who are now legally barred from working on any project that infringes on Nintendo. So yeah, basically they can't do anything anymore, which kind of sucks for them. You know what I mean? But
They made their mill.
yeah. And then they gave it all back to fucking...
Gave her right back. They did all that work for nothing. Anyways, From Software boss Hidetaka Miyazaki has confirmed that Shadow of the Erd Tree will be the only expansion released for beloved role-playing game Elden Ring.
I can't fucking wait to play that shit. When's that
Same.
coming out?
I think
Soon?
in June or
No,
July.
I think it's later this month. I
No,
thought
it's-
it was like
it's
the
in June.
17th. Oh.
As reported by Games Radar, Miyazaki told Chinese publication Ziu that unlike previous From Software titles such as Dark Souls 3, the developer plans to release just one chunk of downloadable content for Elden Ring due to the nature of its open world. Shadow of the Erd Tree is the first and last DLC, and we have no plans to add more content to Elden Ring, Miyazaki said. Elden Ring emphasizes exploration and adventure in a big world. In order to provide such an experience, a vast and huge setting is inevitably needed. Therefore, instead of splitting into several parts, it was better to simply make one big expansion. If they were sold separately, the freedom of exploration and sense of adventure would be reduced. So that actually makes me happy because that means
There's more bang for your buck.
no, it just means that it's more like I was expecting it to be like a small like just the overall expansion. I expected it to be something like, oh, we added some like extra mission stuff. It sounds like they're adding like a whole like
There's a new area.
big.
Oh yeah, they said it's gonna be as big as Limgrave.
Yeah. So that's awesome. It says so. It launches June 21st, 2024. May.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's too long.
Yeah,
That's too far.
That is a ways away, but I'm ready to get back in there.
Me too.
So
It's
yeah.
been a minute. I hope I can use my same character from my last game because my shit is
I'm sure.
fucking powerful right now.
Yeah, why the fuck would?
Yeah, it's just an expansion. It's not a like. I think it picks up where you left off.
Cool.
If Sony was involved, then
Yeah.
so data miners unearthed some evidence that there's going to be a Fallout Gundam in the Crow crossover in Call of Duty.
Okay.
Oh wait, I was like a Fallout Gundam in the Crow. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Okay, a Fallout Gundam and the Crow. Okay, I was like,
crossovers
what
in
the
Call of Duty. So skins.
like, I
and
haven't
shit.
got that part to that part of Fallout
Dude.
4 yet.
the Gundam skins though. That would be fucking sick. They'll be really big and flashy and
I want
easy
some
to shoot.
Fallout
But
skins. I want
Yeah.
a Pit Boy.
I just want a Vault Dweller like.
Yeah, that'd be
just,
give me a
sick.
Vault Dweller with like the Fallout skins for like.
Well, you should be
several
able
of
to
the
see your
guns.
Pit Boy, and it shows your kills on your Pit Boy
Oh,
Dude, that'd
that'd
be
be
sick.
sick.
or your mini map. That'd be
That
tight.
would also
Oh,
be
yeah.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, Gundam and Fallout, badass Crow. Why?
They also
They're
also
making a movie. Bill
Yeah,
Skarsgård.
no, I know
it's
they're
gonna,
making-
it's
yeah.
gonna tie in with the film, I'm sure.
But like,
that shit looks so whack, dude. But also
Bro, for real.
the whatchamacallit though, like because a lot of the packs that you get will come with like a tracer pack like for your guns. So like, there's somewhere like it shoots like lasers or whatever, and then the person's head will like fly off. They should add like a tracer pack for like an assassination with VATS. Dude,
yeah,
that would be tight as fuck. Like,
dude, yeah, VATS assassination would be
sick.
sick.
yeah, I'm sure that's what they're gonna do. But anyways,
Mysterious stranger comes out and kills him for you. That'd be sick.
A death claw.
Oh, that'd be
Like if you-
tight.
Yeah, they don't have pets in this one.
no, it's you.
Oh,
Brent.
sorry. I
Yeah,
keep
I'm-
getting
and I'm
lost
out-
in the
I'm out of
sauce
news
over
now.
here.
Oi.
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 All right. Let's
Oi,
see what we
oi,
got here.
Oi, oi, oi.
Okay, this one isn't it's an article, but I mean, I'm not going to read the whole article.
Nah.
I just thought this was kind of interesting because it's the system specs for Hellblade 2 for like PC.
Oh boy, yeah, I'm curious to see what this is.
As we know,
64 bits.
the Series X is like basically like a 2080, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe a underclocked 2080. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's move on with that in mind. Okay. Minimum specs for low settings 1080p. It's gonna call for a 1070 GTX or an RX 5700. Sorry. So that's not too terrible, but that's the low setting.
Low end, yeah,
With
minimum
the 1080p,
requirements.
so that's not what we're expecting from our console experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Medium specs for medium settings 1080p, RTX 2070, RX 570 XT. So we're already pushing like the boundaries of the Series X's like
Just for medium.
limitations for medium 1080p. So then if we go to high 1440, it calls for an RTX 3080 or an RX 6800.
Damn.
You know what I'm
Jesus
saying?
Christ.
It
So-
might just not be optimized for PC as well as it is for console.
Possibly, or it's extremely fucking like decked out on the PC side of things. We know that Ninja Theory has a tendency to like really
Overdo
make their
shit.
fucking like PC version of the game like beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
you can see that with original Hellblade. You know what I mean? They even put a VR version in that was like, obviously not meant for fucking consoles. You know what I mean? Like. But then you get to very high specs. This is the only one that mentions 4K, actually. So this is high settings 4K. It calls for an RTX 4080 or
Shit.
an RX 7000 XTX. So
Dude, you know how many cores you're going to need in that bad boy? For
good.
fucking a bunch, bro.
I'm out.
Yeah, like I was out at medium, I think.
And yeah.
Only because of my CPU. I
Yeah.
need to update
The,
that.
Dude,
the
I need to
lowest end
update
CPU that this calls for is an i5 8400 or a Ryzen 5 2600. So
What's the medium the CPU?
medium CPU is i5 9600 or Ryzen 5 3600X.
It's still not that bad.
Yeah, but recommended CPU is a Ryzen 5 5600X. And
Yeah,
then
dude.
the-
I mean, the i5 9600 has 6 cores. I've only got 4 cores on my CPU.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
the very high one calls for a Ryzen 7 5700X, which is a pretty good CPU, or Intel 5 12600K, which is
I mean, we already knew this game was going to be like the crisis of,
Yeah.
like that's all they were focused on. They're like, we don't really care if the game's good. Like, we just want this shit to look in fucking
Yeah.
insane. Like, we
It'll
want.
be interesting to see how it stacks up, or if Xbox uses some sort of like FSR or something to like pump it up to.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it'll be interesting to see like the Series X version versus the PC version. in
I think the
final
Series
build,
X
you know
version
what I
will
mean?
look beautiful.
It's gonna look great.
And then
on
I
all
think
platforms, for
PC
sure.
is going to look like, depending on what you have, it'll look beautiful.
I can't wait to see. I'm very interested.
Little bit of the Super Nintendo World will officially open at Universal Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida, in 2025.
Woo!
So at first it was just California, but now they're bringing it to Florida.
They got Donkey Kong World they're
yep.
working on too, which looks dope,
It's
dude.
dope.
Have you seen the
I
video?
saw some concept stuff.
Like how it looks like you're
Super
jumping on
cool.
the cart. Yeah. So the brand new Donkey Kong Country Land that features a minecart madness ride is going to be there as well. So
Hell yeah.
That's dope.
They got all kinds of barrels and stuff and bananas everywhere. It looks neat.
oh yeah, dude. Funky, I think, will be there.
Hell yeah.
That's all that
He
matters.
better be there.
DK
All right, let's see what we got here.
Donkey Kong.
Okay, I got one more left. Oh wait, we might have already talked about. Yeah, we already talked about this. It's the Helldivers thing.
Okay.
So sorry, I'm out.
Well, Microsoft has announced the first wave of games coming to Game Pass in May 2024. Highlights, forget the highlights. I'm just going to read off what they are. Let's see what we got. We got Tomb Raider Definitive. Oh, wait. Xbox Game Pass May 2024 Wave 1 lineup. Yeah, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. It's coming to cloud, console, and PC on May 2nd. Kona 2 Broom. Never heard of that shit. It's coming to cloud, console, and PC
the
on May
original
2nd.
Kona's a weird fucking survival game where you're like out in the cold and you're like driving a car around. They had a VR version of it. That's the only
Oh.
reason I know about it. But
And then Little Kitty Big City is coming to cloud, console, and PC on May 9th. And then Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is coming to cloud, console, and PC on May 14th. That's a decent game.
this is Game Pass stuff.
Yeah, this is just the first part of the month. Apparently, next part of the month, obviously, we're getting Sinuous Saga Hellblade 2. And then we're also getting Star Wars Jedi Survivor later this month, I guess.
Wait,
Or is that already on there?
that's already on there.
That reminds me.
They just added it apparently recently.
Yeah, Jedi. That's why I was playing Jedi Survivor because they threw it on Game Pass.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I almost forgot. There's free games for PlayStation 2 also that are like the free
Not
monthly
PS2,
games.
but
For PS2,
for PS4 or PS5.
Yeah. Sorry, PS5. Whatever PS we're on at this point. So this month, starting May 7th, you can claim EA Sports FC 24. So if you want your football, some modern football, or not football. If you're in Europe, it's football. If you're Jason, it's football.
Well,
Yeah, I
isn't
love
the FC just
football.
like the club management though.
Do what?
It's not even like FIFA. It's just the club management.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know anything
FC
about those kind of games.
FC is
you know
like
what I mean?
the football club.
So you can't play as the soccer
I
players?
don't think so.
No, you can't because Football Club is what they replaced FIFA with. Like,
No,
Fi-
FIFA's still
didn't they
I
get?
thought PES was what they replaced
No,
FIFA with.
PS is just another FIFA clone, basically. No,
Well,
so
you
there's
look
still
this up
there's
and
FIFA.
see if we can actively play as the soccer players, because that would
So-
be a lame.
What's the game called?
It's called FC 24.
Yeah, so
That
FIFA,
would be so lame.
FIFA 24 is like you're playing as the team stuff.
So you
FC
just like
is just a
draft
team manager.
team members and then like
It's ju-
fucking
it just
coach
focuses-
them. Do you coach them?
I don't know.
There's got to be some. It's like Monster Ranchers
I
with
haven't
fucking.
I haven't played it. I just know it's just like the club manager version of FIFA.
Okay, well, interesting. You get that for free, and you get Ghost Runner 2 for free. And
No, it's the actual game. That's what I was saying. They changed it. FIFA doesn't exist anymore. They changed it into FC after last year, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you get that, and you get Ghost Runner 2, and you get Tunic, and you get Destiny Lightfall expansion for free this month. So
yeah, because their partnership with FIFA concluded in FIFA 2023. So this is the first one outside.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so FC is just FIFA, but like without the name FIFA.
That's a pretty good freebie there. I think a lot of people like soccer. You know what I mean? If you're a soccer fan, you'd probably be into that. It's a new one too.
I mean, FIFA, yeah, everybody. FIFA is one of the most played games globally.
Yeah, totally.
FIFA is my sister.
It's true.
What you got, Jamel?
So Square Enix has revised its approach to PC and console game development and absorbed 22.1 billion yen, or approximately $140. $140. They're doing real bad over there right now.
Exchange rate's really bad.
They're all dying in the street.
1.4 billion yen, or $140.
Not even worse. I said 22.1 billion yen. Yeah, but anyways, approximately 140.9 million in what it calls content abandonment losses. In a warning to the investment community, the Japanese company said it would recognize the extraordinary loss for the fiscal year ended March 2024, which that means Final Fantasy VII Part 2, or whatever the fuck it's called, did not do well. This is the result of a change in approach to Square Enix's development of what it calls HD video games. In its note, the company said it wants to be, quote, more selective and focused in the allocation of development resources. And as a result of the quote-unquote close examination of its development pipeline with this in mind, it is taking the multi-million-dollar loss. Square Enix did not name the canceled or rescoped in-development titles, but basically they're going to stop making a bunch of games. In February, Square Enix had forecast full-year sales of 360 billion yen, up 16.8% over the previous fiscal year, but it predicted profit would be flat at 55 billion yen. Square Enix said it was carefully reviewing its forecast to assess any impact from the write-down. So Square Enix released a major title, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, in February, but it has yet to announce sales figures. Some analysts have suggested that it was struggling. Other games released in the current financial year included Final Fantasy XVI, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, the Splatoon-style multiplayer game Foam Stars, which was a failure, Dawn Trail, the expansion for the ongoing MMO Final Fantasy XIV. That one probably did all right. Blah, blah, blah. Square Enix also has Kingdom Hearts 4, the third game in the Final Fantasy Remake trilogy, coming up, and Dragon Quest 12 in the works. So I think
they should focus on Kingdom Hearts and Dragon Quest and stop putting out fucking triangle strategies and fucking fucking Octopaths Travelers and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Dude, the crazy thing about Final Fantasy VII though is that like leading up to it, like people were so hyped for that, and then like the moment it dropped, I didn't hear a fucking thing. It's like everybody just forgot it came out or something. They played Helldivers, I think.
People played Final Fantasy VII. Like, I'm in a...
No, Rebirth, the part 2.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like, lots of people played it. It just wasn't, like, talked about, really. You know
That's what
I
I'm
mean?
saying. Like, what happened? Like, where... Like, the first one, everybody was hyped. Like, and they stayed hyped when it came out.
What happened is it took fucking 3 years to make, or more than 3 years to make another one, and then we all know we're gonna have to wait another fucking 3 or 4 years to get another one. So like, nobody has the patience for that shit. Nobody has the fucking time in their life to dedicate multiple years to wait between entries in something. Like, it's just not feasible as a human. You know what I mean? Like,
well, nowadays, yeah. Like now that we've got TikTok,
like, at least with Fallout and shit, like we know we're not getting another Fallout for fucking ever, but it's like at least
it'll be the full game.
At least you have Fallout 76 that's getting updated constantly. At least you have the show. At least you have other forms of like things to get your hit to keep you interested until the next big one comes out. You know what I mean? Like we don't have any of that shit with Final Fantasy. It's just like
we need a Final Fantasy movie. Like
and there's no continuity between Final Fantasy, so it's hard to give a shit. You know, Final Fantasy 16, I don't give a fuck about any of those characters. You know what I'm saying? And Final Fantasy 7, it's like, okay, I just don't care anymore. It's been too long since the last game. And it's like I want to play it, I want to enjoy it, but it's like I'd rather just play Fallout 4.
You know what? You know what's crazy? Like, and a lot of people would not agree with me probably, but I like. Have you watched Rebel Moon? Like Zack Snyder's
No,
like Netflix
I've
thing?
heard it's okay. I've heard it's okay.
I've only heard it's ass, but I can tell you one thing, and I've watched the first part or most of it. It is a live action Final Fantasy movie, like that is in space. Like, just watch the first part and tell me it's not a Final Fantasy story. Like, just imagine that it's the story for a Final Fantasy game. Like, go in with that mindset.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me that I'm wrong. Like, just I need somebody to watch it because nobody's gonna fucking watch it. I know
They
you'll
even
watch
have
it.
a part 2 out now.
The part 2 just dropped, and then he dropped his director's cut. He always has a director's cut.
Yeah.
But the director's cut version is rated R. The other ones were like censored or whatever and made for like a wider audience. So
okay.
so I would go in with it. I watched the PG-13 part 1 when it dropped. So like I don't know if the R-rated version takes away that Final Fantasy feel, but the PG-13 like first thing, like straight up Final Fantasy, dude. I swear, like it just feels like a story from Final Fantasy.
I'll have to go watch it next time I'm looking for something to.
But I feel like if you put it in that mindset, it's a good movie because you're like
That's strange. Oh, sorry.
No, go
That's
ahead.
strange because it was initially made to be a Star Wars.
Yeah,
film.
it feels nothing like Star Wars, dude. Like that's the weird part. I went in there expecting like to see remnants of Star Wars. Yeah, there's like a person with laser swords, but like the rest of it, the way that the characters act and stuff like that, there's no Star Wars in it. Like it doesn't feel Star Wars at all.
Really?
Not to me. Like
Because that was the story with it. It was being like the first movie was already developed as a Star Wars, and then the other parts were like in development, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, we're dropping this as Star Wars."
yeah, it was supposed to be a rated R Star Wars film,
Yeah.
like the first one to be rated R, and they were just like, this movie sucks actually, so we're gonna dip out. And like,
Disney said, "Peace."
yeah, but anyways, that's it for video game news, and there are no hot releases this week. All the hot releases came out last week.
Not a single hot one.
Not a single hot one, dude. I looked through all of the games coming out this week. Nothing.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's all
Well,
like
at least there's a bunch of good stuff to play right now. If you're like me and you like fucking roguelites, go get you Baltaro and fucking Hades 2 and just fucking sit down and have a good time.
or
you
get
know?
on Game Pass and play Fallout
Yeah.
4 or 3
Jedi
or New
Survivor.
Vegas or Jedi Survivor.
Or go
Or
do Square
Contractors
Enix
Showdown.
a favor and fucking play a little Final Fantasy because it sounds like they could sure fucking use it right about
They
now,
need
yeah?
some knowledge. But you got to buy the first one first if you haven't played. That might be
Yeah.
a struggle. Right
Or if
there.
you want to shit your fucking pants, go play Madison VR.
Yeah.
You will shit your pants. It is the most realistic looking VR shit I've played in a long time. Like, it's horrifyingly
No thanks.
detailed.
Nope. I'm good.
I'd try that. No, but, but let's go into chat GP trivia, Brent, and
Yes.
do our thing. How we you just ask it the questions. We don't need the answers.
All right, let's see. What should our questions be about today? Should we do
It's just like
should we do Fallout trivia?
that'd be
Yeah.
too hard, dude.
Would it?
It might be. I feel like it's gonna ask a lot or do a lot of things from the first 2 games. Like,
Let's find out.
what if we do a specific Fallout, like like Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 or New Vegas or something? Or I guess just do it, whatever. Because there's a lot of lore from the first 2 games,
Yeah.
and I'm not too.
There's a lot of
familiar.
lore. Yeah.
Like I'm not familiar with.
I'm
the
not gonna be a fight in
background
this
shit.
one.
All right, let's just try it out, see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if the first 3 are bad, I say we switch the topic and restart.
All right, yeah.
And if we switch the topic, we should do Twilight Zone. I'm just kidding. Fallout keeps reminding me of Twilight Zone for some reason.
What the fuck?
Okay, hang on. I'm sorry.
It's just a vibe.
It gave me a bunch of trivia facts, but not like questions. I worded
Trivia-
it wrong.
okay, yeah.
These are actually really interesting, though. Hold up. All right, hold up. We're gonna get. Let's try something else. Let's try a different thing.
Okay.
I'm tired of the Fallout thing already. Let's see.
Yeah.
Should we just do horror games?
Horror in general.
Yeah, just do horror questions. Like, don't even say movies, games, or anything. Just say horror question or trivia questions. I want to see what it gives us.
Gonna get some morbid shit.
Yeah, it's
I'm
gonna.
gonna say, give me 10 trivia questions based on horror, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, who was the vampire? I don't know.
I've got like bad signal or something right now. I don't know what's. Is it your Wi-Fi?
Is the Wi-Fi fucking up?
I don't know.
His Wi-Fi is usually pretty strong. Are you
Let
connected
me get
to
off
it?
the Wi-Fi real quick and just try that again real quick. Yeah, there we go. All right, here we go. Are
Here we
you
go.
ready? All right. Okay, here we go.
Right about this time.
Okay, this one's an easy one. But I won't shout the answer out.
You didn't put the
until-
answers on there, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
But
okay.
I
I
just-
won't do it. I won't do it.
You know what I mean? Okay.
The Shining.
The Shining.
You're right. No, I'm just kidding.
Like,
What is the name of the hotel in Stephen King's The Shining?
Damn.
Oh fuck!
Is
The
it-
Lookout or whatever.
No, hold on.
Wait.
Hold
Oh,
on,
wait.
let me read the
I didn't know you
questions.
were giving us
Sorry.
like. You didn't tell us you were doing
No, these
multiple
are,
choice.
Yeah, sorry, we're multiple choice in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Unless you guys don't want.
We didn't want to do
multiple.
multiple choice.
Well,
We didn't do it last time, did we?
Look,
I
I'm
don't
just do
remember.
whatever
Okay,
Chat
that's
GPT
fine, that's fine.
ChatGPT
yeah.
does whatever it wants
Okay,
to do.
fine,
Okay.
fine.
It threw it out.
Is it A, the Overlook Hotel?
That's
B, the Roosevelt Hotel? C, the Grand Hotel? Or D, the Bates Hotel?
The Shining Hotel. Thank you very
the
much.
shiny, the shiny hotel. No, it's Overlook.
Yeah, definitely A.
I thought it was just like without the question. My bad. All right,
Oh,
go
no,
ahead.
Yeah, here we go. All right, number 2. In which movie does the character Reagan McNeil appear? Is it A, The Exorcist, B, Halloween, C, The Ring, or D, A Nightmare on Elm Street?
I have no idea.
This is a toughie. I think I'm going to go with, it's got to either be A or D, I think, because I'm pretty familiar. Well, I don't know. It could be Halloween, too. It's definitely not The Ring.
Hold on. Oh, wait a second. First off, the first one we said Outlook. Hold on. I just want to make sure I save these. Okay. So we got Outlook, and then this one you said Reagan McNeil,
Reagan McNeil.
and it was The
It's
Grudge.
either no, The Grudge is not. An
Oh,
option.
what'd you say? The Ring.
It's either A, The Exorcist, B, Halloween, C, The Ring, or D, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'm going with D.
Okay, you're not looking it up over there, are you?
No.
Okay.
I'm saving my answers.
Okay.
I would say it's.
What? Come on.
Hey, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I think
Gotta
it
police
is.
this.
I think Reagan McNeil.
You said Exorcist over there.
No,
I
he
said
said
D,
you
Nightmare
said
on Elm
D.
Street.
D. Okay.
Yeah,
What
I
are you
think
saying,
I think
B?
it's The Exorcist. It's either D or The Exorcist.
I'm gonna go with B just so we all have a different answer here. So I'm Halloween. Jamel is The Exorcist. You're Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have it written down.
All right, somebody write mine down because I'm reading these. So.
What was yours?
Mine was Halloween, so B.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 3.
Actually, I think it is Halloween because isn't it that the detective guy?
It could be.
I think that
It's
is.
Detective
Could be.
something Reagan. So.
Anyways.
Yeah, I
let's-
said it was a detective.
no, it doesn't.
No?
It
No.
says, what movie does the character Reagan McNeil appear?
Oh, sounds like
Okay.
a detective.
It does,
Anyways.
doesn't it? All right. Question number 3. What classic horror film features a psychopathic killer wearing a William Shatner mask?
Yeah.
Is it A, Friday the 13th, B, Halloween, C, Scream, D, Psycho? That's
A.
what? No, it's definitely B.
Oh, Halloween. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said.
Wait, which? Hold on, read
It's-
the multiple
it's
choices.
Halloween.
Yeah, I know. Which
it's
one? Yeah.
it's either Friday the 13th, Halloween, Scream, or
Yeah, B,
Psycho. Yeah.
Okay, we don't even have to write that
Yeah.
down. We do that.
Yeah, that's easy. All right. Oh, this is a weird fucking question. But yeah, it's an easy answer. What type of creature is featured in the movie The Descent? First of all,
There is no specific type of creature. I mean, like,
well, let's listen to let's check out these dumbass multiple choice
oh
answers,
my gosh.
and you'll know. Is it A, zombies, B, vampires, C, cave dwelling monsters, or D, ghosts?
That's cave dwelling
Yeah,
monster.
I'm gonna go with C on that one.
Yeah, I think so.
But like what? Like okay, I guess those are
Look-
those a thing in other things? Like I guess
I don't know, man.
I guess technically Smeagol's a cave dwelling
Yeah.
monster, but
It's AI, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're doing the best it can here. Question number 5. Which author wrote the novel Psycho, which inspired the Alfred Hitchcock movie of the same name? Is it A, Stephen King, B, Robert Bloch, C, Dean Koontz, or D, Clive Barker?
it's the second one. It's B.
Robert Bloch?
It has to be because all the other people are modern day authors.
Clive Barker isn't that modern.
He's fairly modern, but Clive Barker's not even an author, right? I thought Clive Barker did like films.
He does films. He does like movie scripts and stuff. But I think he also does like he wrote like. Didn't he do like Dracula or something? Well, no. No, yeah, he did.
You're thinking
Dracula.
of
he did the movie Dracula.
No, you're thinking of Bram Stoker or whatever.
Bram Stoker. You're right. No, but Clive Barker did his own thing too. There's like he did something.
He did Hellraiser. I'm pretty sure.
You're right.
Yeah, it's too modern.
Too modern.
It's got to be B.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with B.
Because Dean Koontz is like a mystery novel writer.
Yeah, Stephen King is
too modern.
Stephen King.
Too modern.
Yeah, it's B.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go with B too. 6 in A Nightmare on Elm Street. What object does Freddy Krueger's glove have? Is it A, knives,
Spoons.
B, nails, C, glass shards, or D, fire?
Fire, dude. It's fire.
Fire.
Nice.
What does the Rick and Morty version of him have on his hands?
I think it was spoons.
Was it spoons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, number 7. Which horror movie features a cursed videotape that causes viewers to die within 7 days?
7 days.
Is it A, The Grudge, B, Poltergeist, C, The Ring, or D, Sinister?
The Ring.
This is kind of a trick question. If you haven't ever seen The Ring, like, and somebody asked you this, but you've watched Sinister, you'd be like, oh, okay, Sinister had some cursed videotapes in it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there was never a specific time.
Well, that's why
frame.
it's obviously The
Yeah.
Ring. But
But
I'm just saying,
also-
like, if you were like a young kid who like hadn't grown up in our era, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? This might be actually kind of a good question.
Or-
you know what I mean?
If they added The Grudge as one of the answers.
The Grudge was the very first.
Yeah, because it's very easy to mix up the two in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I can see
no,
where
it's-
they're going with these, answers. You know. Question number 8. What is the name of the isolated town surrounded by a dense mist in the movie The Mist? Is it A, Bridgerton, Maine, B, Silent Hill, C, Barrow, Alaska,
When you started
or
that.
D, Arkham, Massachusetts?
So it's not Barrow, Alaska. That's 30 Days a Night. It's Silent Hill.
I'll tell you my answer
It's the
right
first
now.
one.
It's I think it's Bridgerton, Maine, but I only think that because I'm pretty sure The Mist is based on a short story written by Stephen King, and almost all of Stephen King's literature takes place in Maine in some form or fashion. So that's why I'm
sure.
going to go with that one.
At first, I thought this was going to be 30 Days a Night because it was like the town that's surrounded. I was like immediately thinking we were going that way.
Such a good underrated movie.
Oh, dude.
Let's see. Did you hear they're making a 28 years later?
Yeah.
Can't wait for that one.
selected the
Fucking
cast.
love Danny Boyle. I'm excited about
Did
that.
it say that what's his face is coming back?
No.
I don't know.
I don't see how he could.
It
saw
wouldn't make much sense if he did.
I saw some cast selections and no. Cillian Murphy.
I think it's probably better that way. You know, let's go ahead and just have a fucking,
Killian. Yeah.
new guy.
They bring him back and just have his
Killian
penis
or
out
Cillian?
again, like first thing. Like,
All right. Which character is known as the Ghostface Killer? Is it A, Michael Myers, B, Jason Voorhees, C, Freddy Krueger, D, the killer from Scream?
all of these killers who have a name except for this last guy.
Except for the one.
or is it the Ghostface Killer from Scream?
The killer with a ghost face mask on in Scream. All right, number 10. In which horror film series, oh my god, dude, are you serious? Does the antagonist Jigsaw put his victims through deadly traps?
I think it's the movie Jig, dude.
Is it Saw,
Puzzle?
Hostel, Final Destination, or The Purge?
The Purge.
I'm gonna go with the Purge, yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's The Purge.
So the only one we weren't sure about was number 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
I already forgot number 2. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, tell it to give us the answers. Give it to us.
All right, yeah. Let's see.
I think Brent got 2 right when he said Halloween. But then again, the next question was a Halloween one, so I might have got it right.
I noticed they interchanged a lot of Halloween and Friday the 13th
Yeah.
and Nightmare on Elm Street. They went for like the...
The classics.
All right. Overlook Hotel. The Exorcist
Yeah.
was number 2.
I got it.
You got it.
Bitch.
Number 3, Halloween. Number 4, Cave Dwelling Monsters. Number 5, Robert Bloch.
Yeah.
Number 6, Knives. Number 7, The Ring. Number 8, Bridgerton, Maine. Number 9, The Killer from Screen. Number 10, Saw. So
10 out of 10,
we're
baby.
pretty fucking good. I mean, come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Those are pretty easy.
Yeah.
Are they easy, or are we just horror aficionados?
Oh, dude. We know about all the
True
stats.
We know
horror
all the horror.
masters.
Yeah, I think, dude.
There's some big horror convention that just happened in Houston.
We should have been
Apparently.
there.
It's
We
like
could have
one of
been
the
guest
biggest horror
speaker.
conventions.
I feel like we're not on that level of like horror aficionados. Those are the guys that watch like every B-rated horror movie that comes
Yeah.
out every week, and then like they're obsessed with like the worst one you can find because they're like, dude, I love that part where like the eyeball squishes like jelly, and it's just like I don't give a fuck about that part.
I'm not that deep
Like,
down the rabbit hole.
I just like
I just want a good scare.
a good scotch, yeah, a good scotch and a good scare.
Have a good fright. Yeah.
A good startle.
No.
Alright, but
No, remember, guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast and YouTube every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us and the rest of the GameSpeak community at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast. Check out our other video content on YouTube, and if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find us on Facebook by our names. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners, later.